is that one I was using before? Coffee music, soft rock. So many fun music choices. I'm just going to do chill up. Chill up. This is like so classic. Oh, it's raining now. Has it always been raining? I guess it's always been raining. Oh. You know, though, I probably shouldn't listen to that because if I'm going to do... I wonder if my other video got muted. Probably something for me to check. Our dog is so noisy. It's insane. Dog is noisy. Noisy dog. She thinks she's saving us from something evil. I need to check something to see if anybody's here. Nobody so far. It is pretty early for most people. I have a feeling I'm going to end up doing a lot of my own thing during this time. Hey, Robbie's Tech. You know to come at 1 today, right? You know about that? So, it's been a little bit. I'm hoping Scream shows up, but if he can't, I understand. It is pretty early where he's at. I do think he's trying to contact in Discord, but I should probably fire up Discord. The problem with Discord is it always docks. I always end up doxing somebody. So, I don't really like Discord. That kind of thing. Let me just update file here. So, Sundays is now off. So, Robbie's Tech, you're at 1 o'clock today. Just so you know. And we'll be doing stuff online. Everything will be online over Discord, just so you know. Is this just us in here? I'm pretty sure. Alright. I'm just going to check to see if my VOD from last night got saved or not. Have a peek here. Looks like it didn't get it looks like it didn't get screwed up, so that's good. It didn't get muted anyway. You gotta be careful about the muting thing, because I don't want to have my VODs muted. Now that's all I'm doing. I'm not putting them on YouTube or not saving my own. So I'm actually going to change my title to not have C in it. Although I guess I could have C. I mean, I don't want people to come to the stream thinking that I'm going to be coding in C all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like, 'cause if they come, that's a tough decision. I'm gonna take web out of the question though, because we're not gonna be coding. I don't know. I mean, we do have some web that we code. I think, hey Frost, licensing for Ferris and the Go-Gopher. Ferris is the crab, right?
Okay.
Who is Ferris? Is Ferris the crab? Oh, right. Go you can use. Hey, good morning, Em. Yeah, Ferris is the crab. I thought so. I don't think the Go-Gopher has a name, does he? Has he ever gotten an official name? But the Go-Gopher is under Creative Commons Attribution 3.0. I can use it. Yes, I can use it, but I need to make like a credit spell. Hey, Vivex. So this is Mentors Guild, and it's the first time we've had a Mentors Guild like group meeting. And what is Mentors Guild? So I'm gonna put that on the status. Let's see. What is Mentors Guild? What I hope Mentors Guild will be is just I could probably write this. Let's see, repo rwx.gg. Make directory guild Mentors Guild. Mentors Guild. Nice. Okay, I think Twitch, Science and Tech. This is what I hope it will be. It's kind of my aspiration. And I eventually want to do this in Discord. Actually need to fire up Discord to make sure. Well, if Scream wakes up and he wants to do Discord, he can let me know. He's gonna try to make it eventually. Just so people know. Hey, script sh. Alright, so here's the schedule. I actually revised it. It's on, the schedule's been updated below. So, Mentors Guild. I'm not going to call it Twitch Mentors Guild because I think that's not okay yet. How's the hamburger and coding session? Very nice. We didn't get a lot of Go done, to tell you the truth. In fact, I didn't code a single line of Go. So, I'm telling you, that's actually part of the topic. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's a nice segue into what I need to talk about. So this hour or two for me is dedicated to helping promote something I hope will become a thing at Twitch called Science and Tech Mentors Guild. I'm a new person. There's people that have been streaming for years. What's the best distro? Hi, Void. Uh, you can. It depends on what Linux you're using. Um, I'll quickly answer that, but that's not the topic for right now. So, the best distro is whatever one will make you the happiest and whichever one you're going to learn from the most. So, if you want to just have a system that works, it's the easiest to work on, that works with NVIDIA, that you can stream from, that will play the most games, then you probably want Linux Mint. And specifically Cinnamon, that's what I run. If you want to spend a lot of time tinkering and learning with Linux, perhaps even coding and and offering a support for the Linux distribution itself, then you probably want Arch. If you just want a Raspberry Pi, just use Raspberrian because it has the most fulfilled packages out there. So that's my answer. If I have to pick one, my choice is always Linux Mint Cinnamon because it's so stable. And to me, stability trumps everything else. I just want to, obviously I'm streaming and stuff. I just want a system that works so I can code and get stuff done. I don't want to play around with my Linux distro. I've done that. I can do that again if I want. However, if you run Mint, you can use a virtual machine and you can run Arch on it so that if you actually do want to use, do some fun things and contribute to the future of Linux, you can still do that. Now, some people say Mint is less secure than the other distributions. I had somebody say that last night. I don't have enough evidence to back that up, but that makes sense because they don't change it as much. However, the Mint team is really, really good about keeping up. So I would be really surprised if that statement were true, but it's worth looking into. In fact, I think Arch is more of a risk if you're worried about security, specifically if you're using AUR directly than Mint, because none of the packages in the AUR are vetted at all. That means if you see a package out there in the AUR and you just use it, you can get wormed, you can get Trojan, and it happens a lot. Particularly to beginners. So I would avoid Arch until you know what you're doing, and I would, particularly security-wise, and I would stick with Mint. So even if it might be, So I would stick with Mint for just until you get your feet under you, and then you can make a decision about what you do next. That's my recommendation. Are they really? Oh my God. Yeah, Pure Debian's fine too. Pure Debian's harder. There's another couple Debian distros out there that you might look into. So Pop! OS is another Debian-based distro. Straight Debian. We have Mouse Potato on. He does straight Debian. I was Mint Cinnamon for 4 years. Yeah. They just had an issue with their iOSs on their server a long time ago. They learned their lesson. This year I'm trying Ubuntu 18.04. Yeah, if you want to use Ubuntu Direct too, it's important for me to say that Linux Mint is Ubuntu. Honestly, to confess, I hate the default theme for Ubuntu, and I know you can change it. So, and I really love Cinnamon. For me, as long as it has this, as long as I can pop up a search window, I love that. A lot of people love Pop! OS. Pop! OS is relatively new to the scene. It's another Debian-based distro. In fact, I think it's even Ubuntu-based. Yeah, I agree. So, anyway, if we don't have any other potential mentors out there, I'm just going to kind of continue to do my mentor sort of administrative work here and try to answer your questions as we go. But I want to at least dedicate this 1 hour a week to thinking about how to organize being a mentor on Twitch, and hopefully some point becoming a partner and being able to create a mentors team over live coders. I'm not against the live coder team. I think that's great what they've done. I just think it's too limited in scope. There are a lot of science and tech people who want to mentor who are not live coders. They are mentors. They're helping people out. And I've been wondering about this. I'm going to capture some thoughts about this while I talk them out. So I'm going to capture a few thoughts. No, usually it's the package manager. The package manager and the default installation. Those are the things that usually distinguish a distro. And the window manager. Okay, so, but the window manager doesn't, and the desktop environment does not necessarily distinguish a distro anymore. Endeavor is a good example. Manjaro is a good example. You can get it, and you can get it with different desktop environments. So thank God for that, right? Because there was a time when there were even more distros because they had different desktop environments. And then you had Lubuntu and Mubuntu, Kubuntu, Zubuntu, whatever you could think of. They were all based on the window manager, and that got kind of annoying really fast. So now you can get Endeavor OS, which is an Arch distro with any kind of desktop environment. You can get Mint with like any of like 5 desktop environments built in. Manjaro has like a bunch of them. I will never ever use Manjaro again. I fundamentally disagree with the team behind Manjaro and what they've done. Some of their decisions I think are unethical. So I won't touch it. But some people love it. Codex NVIDIA Easy. Oh yeah. They really do. That's one of the reasons I use Mint, is I don't have to worry about my NVIDIA drivers. You cannot have a computer today without NVIDIA if you want to be in technology, particularly if you want to do machine learning. So it's kind of sad because AMD's got a really great video card as well, but it's just not an option if you're serious. So yeah. All right. I'll put the schedule over here. Hey, thanks, Void. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, if you want to join us, give us a follow. And much more affordable. Yeah, NVIDIA usually is more affordable. Since it sounds like we have quite a few newbies today. You made Brain Crush. You made a language. Nice. Nice about the language thing. If Linux newbie is in college, most colleges have mirrors to specific distros, and they have lots of tutorials. This is true. My college, FE, there is a cult of Arch and Ubuntu. They really know about stuff and want to help. Yeah, and that's, you know what? Thank God that's how Linux is in general, right? I mean, that is one of the most wonderful things about Linux, is that normally if you run, how many times do you bump into like a Windows or a Mac user and they are passionate about helping you with your computer? It just doesn't happen. Mac people maybe a little bit more. I mean, it does happen, but when you bump into a Linux user, they will go out of their way. They'll say, do you want to set up a time at 9:15 right here? We'll like set you up and I'll help you install Linux. Most Linux users are just such amazing human beings. Some of them are really mean to each other and they'll like talk down to people because they're super smart. But generally speaking, the Linux community is a good example of what it's like when a community feels like it owns the operating system. And then it becomes like, I don't know, there's a paddleboard meetup I used to go to. It's a cult of paddleboard, and you want to help each other out. Hey, let me help you out. Oh no, you do this. And it's because they have ownership in the thing. You do get that a little bit you get cultism in the Mac world, of course, but you don't get people anxious to help you set up your Mac. You definitely get that in the Linux world. So it's one of the greatest value propositions of using Linux is the community. The Linux community is phenomenal. Is on the AR, yeah. Arch forums, yeah. Well, I tell you what, Arch forums is probably where you're going to find that type. We used to call them bastard operators from hell. They look down on everybody and they're super smart and they're 1%ers. They're super elite. Somebody who uses as much terminal as me is usually in that category. Oh, hi, Scream. So somebody who uses as much terminal as me is usually in the category. Scream in terms of, so guys, I have some people. No, you're fine. Guys, we have a lot of beginners in here. A lot of new people are just coming. I'm going to quickly go over the schedule, and I'm going to explain why I'm going to stop talking about that stuff, and I'm going to start talking about the topic for right now. But I don't want to just shut you guys down, you new people. Okay? Do I want Windows on any games for gaming? Absolutely. Absolutely. I prefer Windows for gaming, personally. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have a new system downstairs. I'm pretty sure I'm going to dual boot it, because there are times when I want to play a game that's not available on Linux, and it's also not available on Proton or whatever, Photon or Lutris. I can't. Those take time. So I just think it's a no-brainer to play games on Windows. I'm not against Windows. I just use the right tool for the job, and Windows is not the right tool for many things, including cybersecurity and hacking. I mean, unless you're going to break into Windows. I need my Twitch emotes on WeChat. Sorry, guys, not happening. I'm not anti-Twitch. I'm actually very pro-Twitch. I'm just not into that. So let me go to the schedule. So it's 10 a.m. For about 2 hours. And we're gonna do Mentors Guild. I don't think it will ever be possible to get all your emotes, because some of the emotes are created by Twitch. So that would... I wonder if there's a way... You know what you should do? We should make an emote scraper. So let's spend 1 minute on that. You could probably make an emotes scraper, a tool that logs into Twitch using Twitch and downloads the resources from watches a session. Yeah, you can make an emote scraper, like a plugin. A hoodie Rob with sunglasses emote. Yeah, it would be a mess. It would be a total mess. But what you could do is you could have, because like you've seen these like, you could have a plugin for Chrome or something, and you could have it just mine all of the emotes from your stream, and you could have it, if you give permission, you could have it write all of those images to a directory. Yep. Well, yeah. I mean, my point is that if you have that, well, I don't know. I mean, the whole point is you got to be able to get the images out of Twitch, because you're not going to be able to get those images any other way. It's not like there's an API you can get all the images. So you'd literally have to be able to like rip the images out of anybody's given Twitter feed. And then what you do is basically the Chrome thing, the thing would like get more intelligent. It would get more intelligent. So like everybody's feed that you would go to, you could have it rip the little images that go with that feed. And then you could just keep ripping them. 200 hours security spawn. All of the animated ones. Right. Well, that's nice. That's nice. And so then you get them all. And then once they're in a place, then it's just a matter of writing some sort of terminal UI application that allows GIFs to be shown, which I don't know if that exists. I don't believe it does. The closest thing you could do is, I wonder, you could almost make, you could almost make a font. How's it going, Sid Angle? This is I'm using TMUX, and it's called a terminal multiplexer. Yep. I'm using GNOME, and this is just T-Matrix behind. Yep, TMUX Keygasm. Is TMUX Keygasm really a thing? Now you want me to look at my stream just to see. I've never heard of that before. Yep, TMUX. That's good. I think you can scrape from here Twitch emotes. Is that all emotes? Yeah. The real question is, can you display a graphic in a terminal? And as far as I know, you can't. The place to look for that would be W3M. So if you look through here, let's look. The only time I've ever seen a graphic rendered in a terminal without an emoji is with yeah, but I don't think you have to like draw the pixels even. I mean, this is actually a technical topic for the mentors group, because part of being a mentor is figuring out how to use your IRC. So this is a totally legit topic for this time. But I'm going to change this. So I'm gonna change the topic to kind of keep people in the know. Status. Can we add Twitch emotes? Let's see. Twitch emotes in terminal IRC? That's the question we're trying to figure out. Can you use the emotes? So we're not hearing synthwave in the chat. Yeah, it's supposed to be kind of chill this morning. I'm a big lo-fi guy too. I kind of try to keep the theme of the music in this chat in more of the synthwave and more of the cyber, just so people know what kind of music they're gonna get. But because I love Cake and Red Hot Chili Peppers and all kinds of stuff. Get images into the terminal. Yeah, those emotes are awesome, dude. I mean, you can do emotes. SNES music, nice. Yeah. I just don't want to get muted now because I'm not pushing to YouTube anymore. So I don't want to get muted again, because getting muted would be a bad thing for me. Let's see here. Ah, yes, the shit emoji. It does work. I've seen that one before. Yeah, if you use GNOME terminal, you get the color emotes. I don't get color emotes because I haven't configured my Alacrity. We need to get one of the Alacrity core team members back in here. He was in here for a while. And so yeah. Undead Leech, yeah. We need to get him back in here and ask him where we're at on color emoji fonts. You need to do things with extended Unicode. Scream, that's exactly what I was thinking of doing. That's exactly where I was going with that. You'd have to not only would you have to oh wow. You'd have to download the Twitch emotes, and you'd have to dynamically make a Unicode font in one of the higher planes. And then you'd have to have people update that font. The summoning worked. What is this summoning? Is that the summoning? What is the summoning? Patching fonts. You'd have to have a dynamically patched font. Yeah. We were going to ask about a lot. Oh, are you summoning? Did you summoning? Is he here? Ready to come in? Maybe some control codes, some codes. Like for Twitch emotes and WeChat IRC thing. Yeah. How do I list all the people that are in the chat? I got to figure that out. WeChat lists all people in chat. No, I don't need that. It's actually an IRC thing too. Hey, Undead, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming by. We've been talking about, we've been using Alacrity and loving it. So can you see this? Check this. So I got a couple things I want to open tickets on. One of them is just a simple one. So you cannot blink text. I mean, I know that's a stupid thing. Blink on something. So normally that would be blinking in GNOME terminal. And well, I'm using WeChat and let's see. The other thing we're talking about is emotes. So emoticons. So like, if I use GNOME terminal, I really don't care about this that much, but I'm just saying it's definitely a difference. And I have a feeling it's something to do with color, because there's a color font that you have to combine. Just thinking about blink text and cursor. Nice, thank you, Undead. So I'll leave that alone. And I mean, everything else, your other color support is really awesome, dude. You guys are so that a project. I just want to like showcase that project as a that is like the most bestest project to illustrate why Rust matters to me, because it is, you know, I don't know if you saw Brian Cantrell's video and is it time to rewrite the operating system in Rust, and is really good, but he basically concludes that, well, maybe we need shared memory pointers for, you know, low level operating system stuff, but all of the GNU stuff, all of the terminal stuff, all of that stuff would really do well to be rewritten in Rust. And so Alacrity to me is like, because it needs speed, it needs you know what I'm saying? It needs, hey, how's it going, Flashy? So Alacrity needs speed. It needs it doesn't need garbage collection. It needs to be safe because it's going to be a GNU utility. All of the stuff that basically Stallman wrote, you know, all of this, the extra stuff on an operating system that people are exploiting all the time to take control over their computer. It is in the, particularly graphics applications, they are all like in the, you know, the exact tool set for Rust. That's what it is. And so Alacrity to me, it's like, I just want to tell everybody about Alacrity. Anybody who's like slamming on Rust, I'll say, oh yeah, go play with Alacrity. I was like, here's your perfect application design. Yeah, Zoomer Rust, exactly. I mean, you should kind of do it. I mean, if you should, what would be fun is to start a ZNU or a new, something like that. Yeah, slamming on Rust shameful. I used to slam on Rust a little bit. You know why? Because I didn't understand, and because people were saying, oh, Rust is better than Go. That is an uninformed statement. They are not the same thing. They are totally different tools for two different purposes that sometimes have overlap. So for example, making Jinx, you know, making our own text-based web browser, which we want to make, that could be Rust, it could be Go, and there's arguments for both on that. But Rust is better than Go. If you fall down the Rust rabbit hole far enough, you'll become like a follower of the Rust religion. Well, that happens with all languages. How'd you know? Okay, so I was just looking up some things. I want to see how W3 does its images. W3 actually shows you images. You should probably install it. Yeah, and guys, you know what? I feel very honored to have Leech here with us, because I mean, you know, that's like some serious skill there, man. That's intense. Leech, do you stream? Because I would love to watch it. I would love to watch somebody who really knows how to code Rust. You know, it's funny. Every time I say this, like kind of a saying. Every time you find, the more likely you are to read or see somebody stream, the less likely you are to want to hear what they have to say. Because if you have time to stream and to Reddit post and to, you know, shit post on Twitter, you are not the person to follow. I want to follow you. I want to follow Undead Leech. I want to like hear everything he does. I want to like watch how he types his code. I want to see how, you know. And speaking of mentors, right? So this is kind of Mentors Guild. This is, if I have my way, my dream for the universe or the world is that people like Undead Leech will start in some fashion. We can lower the bar for how much time it takes to share what you do, so that more people like, I'm going to pick on him, so that more people like Undead Leech are actually sharing their skill. And I'm not talking about teaching a class. I'm not even talking about live streaming. I'm talking about maybe live streaming. Like, just, why do people watch Rob and I? We just talk about nothing on stream. Right? So it's like, but my point is that, you know, that we have C coders in here, like, we don't say much. You know, the really good Rust programmers are like, we don't stream. We don't say, we're too busy. We're doing stuff, you know, and my job is I wasted 3 hours ranting yesterday not working on Vim script. We all do that. So, but my point is, some people, we need people like us to kind of, you know, I'm not saying we don't need people to be the journalists, to be the the mentors, to be the facilitators, to say, hey, go watch what Alacrity is doing. You know, somebody needs to be out there doing that. They're evangelists, whatever you want to call them, advocates, stuff like that. But then there's like certain people, yeah. Then there's the other people who are actually doing things. And strangely, a lot of these people don't want to talk to people because they just like code in the computers. They just want to. I've met some when I was at IBM. My God, there was people at IBM between the journalists and the real doers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're kind of like the advocates. We're kind of like the documenters, and every project needs that kind of thing. And I'm back on topic because look here, Mentors Guild. That's what I'm talking about. So one of the goals of that, I hope, will be to convince more people, and it doesn't even have to be their face, to convince more coders who know to just turn a stream on. Because if I could watch, it's so educational to watch people code. It's like in the art field, you know, if you're watching someone do the art, it's so valuable. And so anyway, that's just the kind of thing. Yeah. FYI, I offer mentoring for all contributions to Alacrity if people have problems getting started or don't know how to do things. Our project stuff does a lot. It certainly does. I contribute to other projects. Nice. Hey Rob, what should I do if I'm too scared to ask questions because I feel like I might come across as dumb? Well, just make sure you're asking a question at the right time, Gooseheaded. And by the way, you're never dumb, okay? You know, I go through that emotion a lot. Like, you guys bring up something, I'm like, I don't know what that is. Tell me. And they're like, oh. And I figure out what it is. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that's what it's called. You just get over it. Nobody cares. Honestly, everybody's so worried about them looking dumb that they really don't care about you asking a dumb question. A dumb question is like something that wastes someone's time or something that is mean. That's a dumb question to me. Yeah. It takes a lot for me to go on the stream because I feel dumb a lot. Like, I have no idea how to do my sound. How many stupid things have I done on stream at this point? You know, you just have to own it. We're all human. We're all learning. Yeah, there's one. That's a great example, right? What was it somebody told me about? There's so many. There's so many things. I was like, no, I didn't know that was a thing. In fact, I don't know how many times I've changed my mind so many times since I've been on here. Twitch is full of people at different levels. Yeah, for sure. I tell you what, though, if you want to avoid asking a beginner, what comes off, I think, as a dumb question is when I don't think dumb questions is the right way to look at it. I think off-topic questions can get you in more trouble in Twitch than dumb questions. I feel dumb at work, not knowing how to exit from Cisco iOS. Yeah, but now you know it, right? Write it down. Read, write, execute. RWX. So, I have tons and tons of notes because I cannot remember stuff. I have to constantly go back and look at it. You know, what is my favorite food with chicken in it? See, that's not a dumb question even. It's not a dumb question. It's just off topic. So I think the more important question, particularly in our world today, is what's off topic. And I'm not, look, you know me, I'm like, I can't stay on point about a lot of things. I'm trying to do that. We are still talking about mentors things. So this is actually a subject for mentors. How do you promote that? That is one of the many places RWX came from. RWX is one of those acronyms that has multiple meanings. You know, read, write, execute. Read about things, write about them so they stick in your head, and then do something about it. Execute. RWX. So that's kind of a mantra. It also stands for the README World Exchange, which is readme.world, which is a project I want to make that I just carved out time for. Live coding. I've changed my schedule. The X is the hardest part. Yep. How many files do you find that are RW with no X? The percentage of files in the file system. If the file system were a community of people, how many have X on them? How many are the executables? You know, the rest of them are just there. They're just there to read. Some of them are there to write. Yeah, that's over the top a little bit. The rest are set UID. There's a couple pipes. What do? They just hand everything off to somebody else. That's when you know you've really gone off the Linux deep end. When you start comparing society to the Linux file system. Now you know you have troubles. You're like, I need to speak to a psychologist. Random. Twitch sub hype, yes. really want chicken. Oh, thanks for the sub, guys. I don't see subs because I'm using IRC, and I gotta tell you how wonderful it is. I might not be normal, but if I can just sit and stare at my terminal all day, I'm a much happier person. I don't not like Twitch, but it's like SID does not stand for sudden infant death syndrome. Oh, that would be SIDS. You people. It was normal, nothing would change. I can't spell, don't worry. Oh, I'm gonna go get some coffee. It's coming to the top of the hour. So how to promote mentoring? That's what we're talking about, and all of the technical things that involve that. So something as simple as emotes is actually related to mentoring. If people won't, you know what? Here's a stupid thing. It's not stupid. It's a lesson I had to learn. People were telling me, because I was streaming without my, like bald mug on video, and everyone's like, what was the saying? Video gets the what? There's like some saying some Twitch streamer told me. Was it you, Scream, who told me that? I'm just using this as an example of something I had to learn and accept about streaming and about what promotes people, and the ultimate goal being getting people to join and potentially learn. And so I actually kind of want to make a Mentors Guild kind of like tips for mentoring online. You know what I mean? And that sounds really lame, but that's what I want to make. So let's see here. Wait, I thought I added something already to that. What? Where did my program go? I could have swore I just made one. rbx.gg. For a conversation I had yesterday. Am I able to do voice chat? No. Next week, yes. I got a new computer. That's got an i7 in it, and I need it. I'm required to have it because I cannot do Hack the Box without it. Hi, Zeros. So here comes Zeros. Speaking of which, so there's two things I can't do without a better computer. So these tiny little i5 MSI computers that I have can't do two things. They can't do Discord well, and they can't do virtual machines and stream at the same time. They're just too small. So what I'm doing is I'm still trying to, I can't get time. I'm trying to image this new computer, and then after that, basically, Scream, let me cut to the chase. Next week, yeah. Next week, I have a feeling I will be able to do Discord on stream, and if I have that, that is the holy grail, because then I can invite my VIPs. Actually, this is the plan. As you know, my VIPs or whoever. The VIPs will be regular. I'm hoping. So this is Mentors related. I want to make a room that has voice activated in Discord, and then I just want Discord on all the time. And then I want to give VIP permission to certain people for that room, and you can just come into the room and just start talking. you don't have to like think about it. You can just come in and say, hey, what's up? That is like my nirvana. If we can figure that out, that would be nirvana, because then I if I could leave Discord running for an hour without it crashing. Let's see. If you're not using GT or QT, I'll flame you. Yeah, and I would love to. If there is, is maybe can we talk about Zoom for a second? This is a Mentors topic, so it's on topic. Let's see. I'm going to put that in the status. Status. Can we talk about Zoom for a second? Okay, so Zoom. Self-control thing. Yes, sidetracks in chat. If I'm allowed to come on a stream and just talk. You couldn't withhold yourself. And watching LTN Bob do some HTB. Yeah. Nice. Nice. It was great. Got some neat things to show you when you go on that subject. I cannot help it. Zeros, I'm glad Bob's doing that. I'm really glad he's doing that. Because, you know, if we can split, because I know there's a lot of you that want to see even more HTB. So that is fantastic. I am super happy Bob's doing that. Because I know that's like one of his major focuses too. And I'm just going to tell you right now that my focus is a little broader of a net. I mean, I started out being super broad, like the biggest net ever, including yoga. And then I went to, you know, more of a focused one. And now I'm sort of widening again. I can feel my scope, the scope of my stream widening. And so, yeah, Zoom is a conference app. And I just want to ask, what do you think about that? I mean, it's possible we can have a Zoom running where people can talk, but it doesn't have to be video. I'm like, what are the video conferencing options? And so that somebody could just come in and talk or say hi or something. I have expertise in Zoom. I'm having way too many Zoom classes right now. And apparently that's why I'm asking about it, because I keep hearing from students who are using Zoom. YouTube is one. Can you actually get on YouTube and talk? A Mumble server. What's a Mumble server? What is a Mumble server? I have no idea what Mumble is. Never heard of it. See, no dumb questions here. All right? I have no idea what Mumble is. Educate me. There's big groups on YouTube, talking heads, streaming all the time. That's what I'm saying, right? So Zoom is the best if you don't mind proprietary. Yeah. Oh, it is. I didn't know that. Mainly use Zoom in company. See, Zoom, I hear a lot of people use Zoom in the company as well. Ultimately, I just want to have an ongoing podcast. I want people to be able to, you know, if we can actually, yeah, I know, proprietary. If we can actually achieve this, then I think there's more of a chance of me leaving the stream on. The only problem with that is we'd have to figure out some way to control sound volume. So I'd have to be able to give you guys control of the sound volume. And you couldn't really change what's on the screen, on the stream. God, we could even do that. Holy cow. Do you realize what we could do there? Jitsu meet is FOSS? Nice. Jitsu. So Mumble is Mumble free? Mumble's a voice chat application. Public server list. Is Mumble FOSS? No? Yeah. Jitsu. Let's see. IOX code. Oh, you want the IOX code? Okay. I thought I sent it, but Ventrilo. I have not heard about Ventrilo. Man, you guys have got tons of ideas. I'm trying to keep everything straight here. Here's the IO code. So there's two things in this you need. You need the Wii and you need the IO.ix. So there's the EX code. This uses the Wii command. You know what? If I get rid of the Wii command, it won't have a dependency on it. Let me do that. No, you need Wii. You need the Wii command. Oh wait, this is it. Okay, never mind. So the EX code says if you don't have Wii, it won't use Wii. This will just fail silently, so you don't have to have Wii as a dependency. If you wanted to post to WeChat, you can do that. Do you? Yeah. Anyway, so here we go. There's the EX code. Oh wow. Now we're like all sending it. So, all right. So basically, I need to document this. This is good information. Where can the magic of IX? Brilliant. It is really awesome. You can make our own. Yes, I need to turn on more chat space here because this is a great chat. Discord's best bet because everyone already uses it. I agree with, but I agree with Discord. The problem with Discord is that it dies so fast. I think I might have to have an automated. The other question, well, I was kind of going down a real rabbit hole here. I was thinking about making a channel where anybody can come into it and log into the TMUX session. Think about that for a second. What if you made a channel where anybody in the VIP list can come in? Yeah, everything. Everybody could come into the channel and they could like go into the Discord podcast and they could share the TMUX session. So they could take over control of the TMUX. So let's say I walk away from the stream. Somebody else could come in and answer questions and stuff. It's basically it would be a video version of IRC with moderation. I think that there's something to be said for that. You'd have to really trust the people, of course, right? But imagine if you had a team of moderators who not only, let's see, Discord, let me use Discord term Y. It fell back to an IRC pro. It would be better if I think they should. They should. If they have, they won't, but they should. So what would happen? Okay, the next question. How much time will work before actually learning? Happen what way, Zeros? Oh, actually, you're talking about learning. This is true. Zeros has got me thinking, because the more that you distribute, it's almost like you need a different stream. You almost have to have like one stream that is just lessons in coding the whole time. Just absolute lessons in coding without distraction. In fact, maybe not even have a chat. And EchoBot working last stream. Very nice. Non-Discord with video and audio way, yeah. And then you would have, anyway, I was just playing. I mean, I was playing with the idea that you could have more than one. What if you basically had an IRC channel that happened to have video and audio? And that's exactly what we have with Discord. We just don't have video streaming. So I don't know. It might be not time for that. It definitely would distract from learning, and I think that's Zero's point. I think he makes a good point. Yeah, a lot of people would use Discord. Hey, Neil, sorry. So that would be called Jabber. Jabber's a fun one. That's been around for a while, right? It's been around for, yeah. It's a big bite, yeah, into something new. It would be. And I definitely don't have time for it. I just am trying to. I mean, this is kind of a mentory, topic-y kind of time for us to think about how we could do that. It's more of a collaborative time, right? It's more of a talk time. Microsoft Teams. I'm not saying well, there's no bad ideas, so let's just think about that. Microsoft Teams. I mean, I know you don't want to use Microsoft Teams, but they have done some things right. So that's why I was asking about Zoom. I was just asking about Zoom. Okay, let me just take a list of these. All right, so let me get this. So, alternatives to Discord to look into. What are they? What did we say again? So Mumble, you guys said? What was it, Jitsu? Are you still there, Leech? Or are you off doing actual work? Jitsu? Alright, look at Jitsi. Add it to my Mumble, Jitsi, of course. Jabber. Does Jabber have voice support now? TeamSpeak? Yeah, I mean, it's worth writing down. Zoom, of course. Not OSS, but still free. You know what? I'm gonna make this into a table. Pay attention, people. This is why you should use Pandoc instead of Common Mark. I am about to make a table in Pandoc. That's all you need. That's true. It's true. It's not free. Good point. Actually, we don't need all of that. So, Mumble is Mumble free? Jitsu is FOSS. So I do FOSS. Jabber can do voice and video. When did it get that? I've been so out of the loop. Is Jitsu do voice and video? Mumble is TeamSpeak, but free. Interesting. I don't understand that statement. So it's everybody talking. Riot chat. Haven't heard of that one. Voice. Wow, you guys are really educational. This is a great use of chat. FOSS version of Discord. A client for the Matrix. What about Mattermost? Don't know about that one. XMView Mumble. Is Matrix actually a thing? You're telling me that Matrix is a thing? Holy cow. I can't read the stream. This is so great. Matrix. And it's got Matrix in the name. So it's video, voice, and chat. Okay, we need to add another thing here. This is like great. I'll send this out because so you guys can do this. So let's do video, voice, chat. Okay. I'm not looking. I'm going to try to catch up. I'm trying to keep up. This is such great information. There's probably somebody who's done this. So does this have, does Mumble have video? Well, I'll put a title in here. This is so cool. If you guys have not used Pandoc tables, they are so much better than GitHub's stupid tables. Video. Wait. Video, voice. It's not video. I guess we could say. I don't know. Let's say chat. Chat is C. Sound is S. No. God, I don't know. Mic, and then voice, and then video. All right. So Mumble, they all have chat, of course. Why would they not have chat? They would all probably have chat. I'm gonna get to this. So all right, help me out here. Okay, so Emacs mindset. The org commodity thing. God no. M. The guys, do these all have microphone or sound? I guess they must have it. All right, so here we go. Sound. Tell me when something doesn't have sound. TeamSpeak has sound. Zoom has sound. I mean, why would they have sound and not video, right? I guess that's. I've never heard of video. Has chat not sound? Okay, good. I mean, then I would just use IRC at that point. Matrix. I assume that has sound and video. Mumble has video. Someone said, well, we know Zoom has video. Does Riot have tables of M snippet? Yeah. I'm not adding. You can whether you continue to use it or not. It's a beautiful thing. Mumble no video. Guy, nice. Actually, what should I put here? Maybe I should put Mumble no video. Okay. Jitsu has video and video conferencing. Wow. Nice. Jitsu video I could get working on an IRCG for RWX community. we need one. If Frost, I can make one too, but if you want to do that, awesome. Because we have rdbx.gg. We already know that when the volume of chat goes off the chart here, so if we actually get to the point where the chat is streaming so much on my particular stream, I want to be able to push people into other chat rooms. And another thing about that too is that we could all share moderator ability in the other chat room without it even being on Twitch. So for example, you know, like Bob could be in there. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know. So another reason I want to have an rdbx.gg chat room is I want a room for all of we mentors, all the people who are doing streams. So like if I want to pop over and ask somebody over, you know, in this, you know, other stream, I don't want to have to go ask them on their main stream. I want to be able to ask the group, and then people can actually subscribe to IRC without having, anyway. Let's see, Cisco WebEx. I've heard of WebEx is pretty much Jabber. I've heard that. Wait, why do I not have Jabber on here? Jabber's got to go here. Been around forever. You said they have voice now. I'm inclined to look at that. I'm going to add a P for proprietary. So is Jabber proprietary? No. Mumble, Zoom is proprietary. Okay, that's not a bonus. It's like a point against it. Riot has voice and video conferencing according to their site. Thanks, Jess. Voice and video. So is Riot proprietary? Jitsu's free. Okay, good. Actually, I'm gonna put a 0 just to make sure we looked it up. Does that make sense? I don't need that anymore. I can have that for notes. We'll put some notes over here. Jitsu is free. 112. What does that mean? Oh, here, downloads it. Matrix and Rider Field, though I wouldn't count them in a I wouldn't count them in a separate. Matrix and Riot, are they the same thing? Ain't Jabber Cisco's. I think Jabber is not Cisco's. I think Cisco took on it. Riot is a Matrix. Okay, thanks. Let's leave that as Matrix then. Actually, we'll just put Matrix / Riot. And that's not proprietary. Man, this is useful stuff. With this quarantine, I completely lost sense of time. I thought it was Friday today. Is my stream dying? Is my stream dying? Please don't tell me my stream is dying. Hey, Sevon. You're scaring me. You're going to make me look at my Twitch. You know what I hate about this interface? I have to go back to the Twitch screen to go back to my channel. Which is, it's actually easier for me to just type in the URL. Yes, it does. Isn't that great? That's what I'm using right here. So, hey, welcome from Turkey. This is a lot because I have a potato internet. Stream is good. Stream is good. Greetings, peoples. We are just, can we talk Zoom for a second? So, oh, hey, I am from the U.S. Hey, 3 in keto. 3 in keto. I am indeed. I am in North Carolina. The great state of North Carolina. How about you, if you don't mind my asking? That's what happens when designers design for their designer friends. Yes. Let's finish these. Turkey is awesome. May you be well. May you be well. Bob, you demand. I'm so glad that you're doing HTB. Because I've been like all conflicted because I've been helping beginners and not being able to get enough HDB time for viewers. So yeah, so Zeros was telling me he was watching your HDB last night. awesome. Awesome, because I'm like feeling all stressed inside. I was like, I don't have enough time to do everything. Well, I don't have to do everything. I got Bob. Bob can do HDB. Frost can do Rust. We don't have to, like, you know, feel like we have to be all things to everyone. Oh, I know, I can't wait. I actually bought a new computer just to do HDB. Because I can't do HDB from this tiny little Trident. I can't even do a VM on it. And stream. That's fair to say. I need to send invites to everybody for RWXGG. I have not done that yet, and that is on topic, so let's talk about that. Is there any progress on the project called Jinx? No, and there won't be for a while. You know why? Look at the schedule, man. Last night I was trying to do Go coding, and I was like, I have to finish the RWX. The Jinx project is going to... You know what? You know who's going to beat me? Rust. Mr. Frost is going to finish Lynx before I get Jinx done. Yeah, dude, I blank stared for a full hour on Over the Wire number 33. There's probably a video of that. Is RWX finished? No, it is not. Everyone's asking me, you know how long it takes to code, people? It's hard to code. It takes time. Give me time. People are like, when's your code done? How do I start to code? How do I get into Linux? There's not enough time. But now there's a lot of time. Because everyone's home. So maybe you guys can help out. So this is, let's see. Oh, interesting. My Matrix Rat uses the Jitsu as voice over repeat. Interesting. Do Rust bites. Yeah, he really should. He's really good. You must just change the P column to F. Okay. Let's do that. I love that idea. That's a great idea. How do I make things I do want on the internet without Cody jockeys make him do stuff for me? Yeah. No time for vacation. Yeah, look at my schedule. No time for Cyberpunk 2077. When it comes out, sorry people. You're gonna have to just watch me play the game for a while. I am a 10. Oh, Bob, coming from you. That's high praise. Thank you. So let's just say this. I'm probably going to be, well, I don't know if you guys saw, but I'm punting. We discovered the vote feature of Twitch last night, which I have never used before. Yeah, I kind of think it is, although I wasn't a GTA fan. I didn't allow myself to become a GTA fan. Anyway, so we're going to have beginner by vote activities on Saturday nights. We're going to have anything by vote activities, including, you know, Mr. Rob, will you dance on the table? Yes. You know, or whatever it takes. Which would be very disturbing. That's a no. That was just a joke, by the way. And so 10 to 12 would be anything by vote. See ya. I know, we'll vote that Rob actually does work. Exactly. But it depends on what I work on. So, I mean, I've worked on a lot. I feel like I'm making progress, even though we're doing a lot of talking. Because, you know, my main goal is reaching people. And if people are starting to code and do stuff, great. Progress is life. I tried to do more than 2 hours session without a break. Note to everyone who streams. Streams that are longer than 2 hours long are not good for your health. Public service announcement. Change morning mentoring to private. Which one? This one? Oh, look at you. You caught me. You caught me. I got people watching out for me. Thank you for I missed that. I don't even know why I put live over. I should probably just get rid of that column. Whatever. I'll leave the column. Thank you for finding that for me. This is, yeah. I'm just gonna start streaming and all progress stops. See, I don't want that. We're like the ultimate water cooler distraction. I mean, I hope we can. You have to have some social, right? So. Oh, that makes me feel wonderful. Now I should just shut up and let everybody do stuff. 61. Did we get rated? I don't know. I can't tell because I'm just like reading the chat. Somebody caught my schedule problem because they're more vigilant than me. You know what? I feel so selfish. I feel so selfish. Everyone's like helping me with my schedule. It's definitely my fault. You guys, it's like, yeah, but we're still on topic. We're still talking about how to become productive mentors. Hey, someone give me the rest of my stats for my little summary on Discord alternatives here. I'm going to go run down through that thing. That is something we've got accomplished. The stream did this. This is a collective mindset. We all divided and conquered. Trying to DDoS us. Encouraging to see how many people in here actually. Y'all don't even realize what you stumbled into. It's going to help you get far. Bob is like my personal. I'm streaming because of Bob. Okay, so Bob kept badgering me. You need to just get on a stream. So I am so happy that you're taking on HGB, Bob. And if you guys need networking things, he's your guy. I am never going to stream anything about networking. I'm not worthy, other than watch Mr. Rob, try to figure out the networking thing. Mumble does not have video. Okay, let me add that. Okay, so no video. Is Mumble proprietary? Not all heroes wear capes. So all of this is Bob's fault. Bob and my stepson. My snarky art school, hustling stepson. He come in here one day and he's like, dude, you should stream. I'm like, I've been thinking about that. So between that and he like pushed me over the edge. Oh. I didn't see, well, because he wasn't here before. We just figured out VIP Bob. I want to show you this. LTN_Bob. There you go. There's your VIP. No. Mumble. Okay, there's a Mumble link. Yes, please post as many links as you want. If you post a link to porn, that's your problem, not mine. Because if you make me go to a porn site, I'll practice my new ban tool, which we got some fresh meat. Those people who weren't here last night, we had some fresh meat. We had some trolls wander in. Yep. We had some trolls wander in, and it was my first motivation to finish my ban command. You guys want this? You guys want this command? It's super cool. I can send it to you. Prawn. I don't know. I hope not. I would not know that. Do you guys want my band hammer? Do you want the band hammer? I can send it to you. All right, here we go. Here, I'll send you VIP. Here's VIP. And I'll send you, so I'm going to send you VIP, Wii, and ban. Oh, I can send you raid too. You guys want raid? I'm thinking I should put this probably in a single script. Should I put it in a single script? What do you think? Who is LTM Bob? Try VIP and send it Bob. Did it not do it? Oh, it's _Bob. Thank you. My VIP didn't work? Oh my god, I am so embarrassed. Try that, Bob. Thank you, people. So here's how I have all of these if you want, but so let's see. So I'm gonna send you guys the command I just used. What? Oh. Wait. X. There's the VIP command. If you guys wanna do a VIP command, that's what you do. You need the Wii command though if you want that. Here's the Wii command. So if you're a WeChat person, hey, stay blazing. And if you want to use that, and it just once again, here is the IX command. If you want the IX command, which is awesome. Whoever showed me that, to this day, I have no idea who showed me that. I want to kiss him on the mouth. I keep saying that. Cool Beans community, thank you. As someone want to flatter them first on their last. Oh. And say you're asking for a friend. Oh, I think we should write a Rust command line tool. You should. You should write a Rust command line tool. Say something, Bob. Hey, good morning. All right. Let me finish up this little thing. So are we sure that Jabber is open? It is, right? Even though Cisco bought it, it's open. Are we sure that Mumble is open source? Is Mumble open source? Somebody find out. 25 bits? Wow, thank you. I don't even know what that means. I think it's 25 cents, right? That's awesome. Mumble doesn't have video and it's free. Mumble does not have video and it's free. Free and open source, right? Is it FOSS? FOSS? Is it FOSSy? This F is confusing because it could be FOSS or it could be fail. So I don't know. I'll go back to the P. I'm gonna veto the F. I mean, I see where you're going with that, but it could be FOSS or free. So I'm gonna go P for proprietary stuff. So did anybody watch any overclocking porn last night after we left? Anybody want to report about your overclocking porn experience last night? Lynx. Oh yeah, we had fun last night. Those tentacables. We got pretty crazy. You could go back. There's actually a video about it. You can go back and watch last night's video. There's a VOD on it if you want to go see it. No, there's a VOD last night if you want to go check it. We got really, really silly at like 12:30 my time. Mumble. About Mumble. Mumble is free, open source, low latency, high quality voice chat application. Why am I not using it? Because most people are on Discord. Oh gosh. Let's see here. What we got? People moved on from Mumble. Have they? I'm gonna put that here. People have moved on from. All right. So Jitsu. What about TeamSpeak? I don't think I've ever even heard about that before. TeamSpeak. Mumble also has mods. Oh, Mumble is the gaming thing. Oh, that's why I heard about it. Yeah, spatial audio. Okay. Voice of your friend comes from where they are. Oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. TeamSpeak, no video and is proprietary. 0. Oh, these are all the gaming apps. I get what you're coming from now. And it is proprietary. So then we put an X there. The de facto for gaming voice would be until Discord. Yeah, that's why the names ring a bell, but I'm not a big gamer, so that's probably why. Mattermost, haven't heard of that. Zoom is of course proprietary. It's got all its stuff. And then we have Discord. We should probably definitely put Discord here. Discord is proprietary. It's kind of the problem. It does have everything, but it's also proprietary. So is Zoom. TeamSpeak is proprietary too, so. Mumble had like 5 minutes of fame. They'll make more walls. I think you're right, Zeros. I mean, the biggest wall we have is IRC, right? Another is like, yeah. Mattermost is not proprietary. It is not. Does it have chat and all that? God damn it. I mean, something else. Does it have? Does Mattermost have video? Yeah. Did I get that right? Matrix Riot is. I have a feeling this is not proprietary, right? Matrix. There's our little thing. And is voice over repeat conferencing. Electron failure. Another electron. Proprietary voice over internet protocol. Okay, you are not going to be used. Matrix. Oh, that's not going to turn up anything useful. What is matrix chat? +1 for Riot. An open source project that publishes the Matrix Open Standard for Secure Decentralized Real-Time Communications and is Apache licensed. Oh, that says so much about them. By the nonprofit Matrix.org Foundation. The fact that they're called Matrix. We aim to create an open platform which is independent, vibrant, evolving. Interesting. Matrix is an open standard for interoperable decentralized real-time communication over IP. Bridging. I like Matrix too. I'm thinking even if it's not what people already have, I mean I buy, I mean let's face it, I use Discord for private sessions because Discord. Mozilla has moved from IRC to Matrix. Really? Interesting. I'm gonna put some notes here. Mozilla has moved from IRC to Matrix. Okay, I'm gonna put Matrix. I'm gonna put this is a problem here. Let's see. Apache licensed. I mean, that looks really interesting. Independent platform and appropriate. Integrated into macOS, really. As much as I love IRC and use it for more than 10 years, having moved over to Discord was a huge improvement. I agree for most things. You know what? I gotta tell you, Sibilat. You seeing me use WeChat and IRC because of Twitch. I don't think I have touched IRC in 15 years. No, I mean, let's see. To be fair, I started HexChat. I started to run HexChat on my IBM team because we didn't have a way to communicate. You'd think you would have something, but at the same time sucked. That's this big bloated Eclipse piece of crap. And so we used IRC. That's the last time I used it. IRC has got a lot of really good things about it still. And so I was like really pleased to find out that Twitch has built their whole system on IRC. And so that got me to finally learn a terminal IRC client. I've been wanting to do that for 20 years. And, you know, BitChex died. You Slack? Did you move to Slack, Fox? Are you over there still? So it sounds like you're over there. Nice to know. So they use Slack officially. That's good. They throw the whole thing out, right? Yeah. Right. And so, I mean, you know what I really love about WeChat? WeChat actually lets you save your credentials encrypted. And the IRSSI, I don't think it does let you do that. You can use Matrix with WeChat. What? IBM sold same time in Lotus Notes. Are you kidding me? Who bought that crap? Are you kidding me? They actually sold that crap? Oh my gosh. To somebody in India? Oh my gosh. Who sold it? Did Ginny Romedy? Was it under her? How's it going with the new Red Hat guy, by the way? It's kind of off topic, but man, I want to. Hey Fox, you got to come to Coffee Talk. Fox, can you please come to Coffee Talk someday? So here's my schedule. Coffee Talk's 10 a.m. Eastern. Oh, I would love to have you. I'm going to keep myself on topic today, but man, I have so many questions for you. I was there for 10 years. So I'd really love to get an eye in what's going on in the culture over there. Yeah. I was kind of on the tail end of a big brain drain. Oh, you do? Nice. Maximum and TSM. Yeah. Maximum and TSM are not good. I was doing second level support for TSM for a very long time. Very long time. And yeah. Where did our music go? Back to More lo-fi. We got the lo-fi. I need some coffee, and I will be back. Guys, I'm gonna AFK for some coffee a bit. Thank you for helping me out on the Discord thing. Actually at 12, you guys can see the schedule down below, but let's see, AFK until, I'm just gonna go get coffee. I'm just gonna put AFK. I'll be back soon. I still want to talk about mentoring things for another, half hour if we can. I'm gonna go find out what the hell is wrong with my cat, aside from being a cat. It's good to see a mouse, cat. Alright, so stay tuned if you want. Otherwise, have a good morning. Go find some other great science and technology chats too if you want to. I'm just grabbing coffee, so I'm only gonna be, Bob, for another half an hour we're gonna talk about mentor stuff. Okay? So Bob, please stay tuned if you can for 30 minutes, because this is the only time during the week that I'm gonna dedicate to talking about mentor stuff. So just let me get some coffee, and we'll spend another half an hour to an hour talking about mentor planning. Okay? Because I really want to. Don't go away. Don't go away, Bob. All right, I'm back, making eating noises. You made a crate? When did you do the crate, Frost? Walnuts. Breakfast of champions. Yeah. Well, let's think about what we can talk about next. So, Bob, do you have any direct opinions about Discord alternatives before we leave that topic? Have you tried Zoom? Do you use Zoom at the school? Yeah, a lot of people like Matrix. I think I want to at least look at Matrix instead of Discord. I have a feeling we have to use Discord because I know I do, because all of the people that I mentor, they use Discord. That's all they know. And that makes Zero's point. Frost, you're the man. God, you're busting stuff out. I know, I was just looking at the Matrix protocol just now, and I was like, I'm already impressed. The license choices and everything. Why leave Discord? No, Bob, that's a great question, and that's what Zeros was asking. Discord. Let's talk about this. I don't want to sound like I'm ripping on Discord, but my experience with Discord on a minimal machine is that it only has a good hour and a half or so before it will crash, which means it's got memory leaks. But I haven't been able to prove that. So it's using a really horrible technology that is also a good technology. It's one of those kind of things. It's built on Electron, which is, if I say the word Electron, Frost is guaranteed to erupt in a rant right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it comes. Just don't say it 3 times in a row. Slack is also Electron. You cannot escape Electron. And if you want to know why Electron is bad, by the way, that's crazy talk. Yeah. So, Bob, by the way, if you want to know why Electron is having problems, I did 2 videos on this on the YouTube channel, which you now have to click on down below. By the way, I'm kind of minimizing my YouTube presence. I'm doing more of this on Twitch. And just Twitch. It's just too much hassle to use YouTube. And I want to talk about that, whether to YouTube or not, because it takes away a lot of time. And so there's 2 videos there if you guys care to know why that we're bashing on Electron technologies and what they are. So you're probably using Electron, you just don't know it. I don't want to go into it. It's at least an hour and a half, 2 hours of videos on it on the YouTube channel below. But if you go watch, it'll tell you why Electron is a problem. So Slack is Electron, Discord is Electron, VS Code is Electron. The fundamental problem with it is every single one of them has Chromium built in. So what else? There's like so many more. Everybody is making Electron apps because they just want to use web technology, and they don't want to do it right, and so they make these really bloated things. And if you get these days, there's so many apps that are, even the Molvod VPN, for God's sakes, it's got one text field. It's Electron. So it's like running an entire Chrome browser. I'm not exaggerating. It's like running an entire Chrome browser for one app. It doesn't reuse it or anything. Yeah. Chromium is huge. So then if you're running Discord, and maybe you run Slack for work, and you're editing with VS Code, and you have Chrome open, and you're running Molvod VPN, that's 5 copies of Chrome running on your computer at the same time. So then you're out of RAM. And not only that, but yeah, there does need to be a shell Discord API. At one point there was, one of those. And so this is why, just so to finish Bob's question, this is why I'm considering alternatives to Discord, if I can help it, or perhaps a terminal UI into Discord. I'm required to use Discord, as you probably know, because I have kids that are in not just kids but adults too, and Discord and Slack are the easiest technologies for them to use and acquire, and there's a good chance they're already using it. And so we've been having actually rather flawless remote sessions, and we do that all entirely over Discord. And it's really great, by the way. If you have a transparent terminal, I have a transparent terminal, and I'm watching them do their work on Discord underneath it, so I can work and watch them at the same time. Literally watching their screen behind my terminal. It is amazing. In fact, yesterday I was kind of worried because it was the first full day of just Discord sessions, and those sessions were way more productive than any other sessions I've ever had. Because as soon as we got Discord connected, they were working. I could sometimes hear them humming along with their music, and they could ask questions right away, and I could just mute myself, and I was everything. It was just so phenomenal. It's like, a lot of bad things are coming out of this COVID thing, but I tell you what, that you're like in 40 servers. What's that? What did you say about that, Sibylla? Yeah. Yeah, the Discord client is against the terms of service, and they'll yank you for that. Because they do all their advertising and everything. Yeah, it's funny because I used to be a big pro Discord guy. I would tell people to go work for Discord and show them the recruiter videos. But I got to tell you, my my opinion of Discord as a company has been tarnished. I don't have nearly as much appreciation for them as before. They're definitely better than Slack. Oh my god. But Gabe, how's it going, man? But Rob never uses it. Never uses what? Can you guys just imagine let's just pause for a moment here. Do you guys remember, Viable's not here, but you guys remember when I had notifications for when everybody would join and leave? Can you imagine if I had join and leave notifications on right now? It would be crazy. That would be crazy. I am so happy for IRC. This is also why I will never have a bot. I mean, everybody else on Twitch, I know, I see them. They have got their exclamation points and their profiles and everything. I will never do that. To me, that destroys the chat. There's like way too much stuff in the chat already. And if you want to actually read the chat, which I do, then you don't want to encourage random chat posting. I don't know how this became a thing. Like, you watch some of these chats and I'm like, why do you even have a chat stream? Right. It's like, why do you even have a chat stream? It's like they've got, boom, it's just like streaming. Oh, hey, it's really streaming, and everybody's put, the biggest things they can post, the better. I'm like, that is the opposite of utilitarian. It's like, why even have it? So, it's like, don't do that. I don't know. I'm. That's a very, very bad thing to say. Hey, Faceless Bar. I love your name, by the way. That is a great name. That is awesome. And it also kind of makes me think of The Witcher. Toss a coin to your Witcher. Oh, Valley of Plenty. Oh, Valley of Plenty. You guys seen it? Toss a coin to your Witcher. Oh, Valley of... That's such a great song. I almost kind of want to play it now. Back to mentoring. 20 minutes of mentoring. Hello, Order. How's it going? Good morning to y'all. Cheers. This is coffee. Do you say cheers? I'm not from the UK. Can you say cheers with coffee? You don't toast people with coffee. That's kind of a weird thing. I just did it though. Is it? There you go. What am I thinking? Then you can cheer them and welcome top of the morning to you or whatever. We say cheers for everything, mate. Okay. I was just curious. You can say whatever you want. Language doesn't exist. Oh, people. This stream is far too entertaining. I just gotta say. We have to remove the entertainment value so we can get stuff done. You guys are entertaining me. Make your own and demand other people understand. Alright, so Discord. Yes or no? I think Discord is a yes. Let's conclude on the Discord topic. I had a talented guy from Serbia drop my stream unless I realized how uncultured I am. Really? You're not there's been... Check Discord real quick for privacy. Real quick privacy alert. Oh, right. I'll check Discord for sure. This is another problem I have with Discord. I dox people constantly on Discord. I am horrible. Because you know why? Because I was last talking to someone, despite all their things, right? So a lot of times in Discord, I am having private conversations, and I had there was even one with my son who sent me a photo of him working out. He was like, because he's like all ripped now, and I was like, oh, he's growing up because I haven't seen him for a while. Miss him. He was gonna come here. Now he's stuck for coronavirus back with his mom. But anyway, so. He doesn't have it, thank God. Anyway, so yeah, I went back to this thing, and there's him doing like working out for everybody to see. So that's one reason I don't even like turning Discord on during my stream, because I'm not good enough, to avoid pulling somebody up. He might have sent me a private message or something. Now, maybe I need to just get better at that. And this is kind of a mentor topic, and that's what we're talking about right now. So, just in case anybody wonders, the schedule right now is It's Mentors Guild. So we're trying to figure out the challenges of being a mentor online and how to do that. So it is a multitasking thing, but it's more than that. First of all, I don't like looking away from the terminal for the most part. I just like looking at my terminal and looking at Discord. However, when I'm doing private sessions, it's not nearly as complicated because not everybody's here. There's not everybody in my ears. You know, Mouse is always trying to help people keep me on topic. Zeros too. And so I'm like, you know, don't have personal relationships with other people. So, Discord. This is my conclusion on Discord. So stream, if you got your ears on, I'm going to try Discord with, the solution to every bad technology, I'm going to throw more hardware at it. Okay. You feel me on that, people? I'm going to throw more hardware at it. And if more hardware does the job, yeah, actually, I got an i7 because, Bob, I already had to do this. Hey, Bob, do you have an i7? Can you tell me something? Yeah, throw more hardware at it. It just needs more hardware. Or put some bacon on it, right? To quote an old meme. I think we spend too much time talking about ways to learn instead of learning. I learned a ton in just 20 minutes on Bob's stream last night. Yeah, for sure. One of the biggest things about my stream is going to be ways to learn. And it always will be. Because that's even more important than the actual content to me. Is if somebody comes away from here and it knows how to do the learning and knows how to curate and go, I need to go find a stream which is just doing X, then to me that's a success. You do have an i7, thank you. Listen to the back talk, throw more hardware. Yeah. I mean, isn't that kind of it? Just because something is an i7 doesn't mean it's good CPU. That's true too. This has a AMD CPU, I think. No, it's an Intel. I've taken it back. It's Intel i7. I wish I had an AMD, but I don't. I just downloaded more RAM. Ah, yes, the classic. The structure of learning is critical to the whole process. And Bob, you know me. We've had how many talks and beers have we had talking about that very thing? But Zeros is right. I tend to be less focused on specifics and more focused on helping people find their way and learn how to learn. And that can be. I've had more than one person mention, "Hey, there's not." I mean, one person came straight up and said, "You haven't coded on this stream in the last 2 months," and he was right. He was right. I mean, he was right. I was annoyed, but he was absolutely right. And so yeah, you know, do YouTuber tutors count as mentors as well? Yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, for sure. If you guys are YouTuber tutors, look, the Mentors Guild is just a way. Honestly, the Mentors Guild is just this is the first real one. I'm just trying to find ways to promote mentoring online, primarily Twitch, because I think having a live stream is something important about that. But I don't think. One thing I noticed, Rob, is that building blocks, you've helped me to accelerate my learning long term. And yeah, I mean, that's if anything, that's like my primary purpose. I don't, I'm taking yourself to beginner. Friendly reminder, follows are free. Oh, thank you, Mouse. So I just want to say, but one of the things I would like to do with the Mentors Guild is organize it. So when we have Leech, for example, I'm going to pick on him again. He's probably gone by now doing something. If I know his personality type, he's not here anymore. He left to go actually do something, not to just talk about it. Because the people who are actually doing stuff are not talking about doing stuff. That's the X in RWX. They're executing on it. And my X, in many ways, is helping other people execute on their own stuff and feel like they have the courage to do that. And so I tend to talk a lot. And I apologize for that because I'm not, yeah, you're Schmod. I'm Schmod plus X. And so, but the reason that I think, and this is on topic, this is mentor stream stuff, right? So, Matrices is all HTTP? Really? Wow. I mean, half the stuff I know wasn't directly from you, but learning stuff for myself. Yeah, for sure. Gabe, you are a shining example of this. Okay? Gabe and I would talk, and we would talk about things, and he would go off and do it. I mean, Gabe is an X all the way. I mean, he's got his, if there was a set UID X, he has it. He's constantly executing on his own problems. Now, he's got his own challenges, like, he's got some gaps in there because he's always chasing his favorite thing to do. But, he's doing his thing. I have an idea for a local coffee shop game. I don't want to make it where people can submit looking for players in an app. That is a tough question for me to answer right now. We're a bunch of mentors helping each other out. Rune Trimmed, can I ask you to come back during beginner time or during coffee talk? You see my schedule over here. So I don't want to, put you off, but I kind of want to stay on topic here because I only have 20 minutes left. And then we have a beginner time right here. It's not a dumb question. It's a great question. I really want to help you. I just have to focus, and I don't have a schedule, and I never will. The schedule is right here. The schedule is in the panel, Rune. So we have a schedule down below in the panel, and I have a schedule right here on screen. So this tells you what time to come. So 12 to 2 on Tuesdays and Thursdays is dedicated to you, 100%. And if you actually, that kind of thing, if you want to bring it up on Coffee Talk any day at 10 o'clock, I can talk about it. Okay? Thanks. And that is where electron apps come from. The wisdom, methods, and philosophy go much farther for someone, and that goes unappreciated because it doesn't offer cater to the microwave mindset. Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's about, Bob, I agree, but it's a balance. And I'm actually going through the opposite of this. Last night you might have seen some of my frustration on stream, because I'm starting to feel stressed because I haven't been able to code and go. And it's tough for me because I've had to choose what is my primary mission. And I'm not getting any progress on RWX, on Jinx. I'm not getting any progress on RWX and all that. And I have people come in and say, hey, did you finish Jinx yet? I'm like, do you have any idea how much time it takes to code, let alone stream? So again, this is part of the mentor dilemma. And I think this is on topic. We've got to figure out how to get more people who do stuff, who have their X activated, also streaming. And they won't do it if they have to change their life. And I talked about this yesterday. I mean, I'm rooting for C. I can't code C on this particular stream. And that's another thing. You have to learn to chop. You cannot do it all. You want to do it all. Everybody does, but you can't. I hate this fact. I hate this reality. How do you keep learning at a high level? Also helps others, particularly beginners, get going and ensure they are learning. How do you keep learning at a high level? Yes, Bob. Bob, if anybody has that dilemma as well as me, you do. Because how many hours do you spend every day working on administrative stuff for the school? And I'm going to talk to Bob for a bit in front of you guys can listen in. But he bull crap. You and I have the same challenge. In fact, Scream's got the same challenge. There's a lot of us who make a living doing the teaching thing, doing the mentoring thing. But we would be useless as mentors if we did not execute ourselves. And there's that horrible saying people say about teachers. That is hugely my dilemma, but not teaching, right? The people, I'm not even going to repeat the stupid things people say about teachers and them being unqualified because if you really could do it, you wouldn't be teaching. That's bullshit. That angers me because the best teachers I've encountered are teaching and they're learning. You know what I mean? And I know them because here you go. Bob is one of them. People need teachers to learn, and I don't even like the word teacher. I mean, we talked about that again. We've talked about this again. It's if you can't do teach. That's the saying. If you can't do teach, you know what? You can't teach unless you can do. And I don't even like the word teach, and because it's a transitive verb. This isn't like you are. Yeah, Rich. It's a transitive verb. It means you are doing something to somebody else. Learning happens by them doing the thing, not you. So I don't even like the word teach. Teach is so again, and I'm not going to feel guilty about talking about teaching and mentoring right now because it's on topic. Okay, if I'm talking about, so the reason I'm having this 2-hour session on Sundays is so we teachers, we mentors can get this out of our system so we can go back to executing during the week. Otherwise, this stuff bleeds into our other conversations. And I've done this because I've been streaming for 2 months now. And as people will say on the stream, my thoughts about education and how to mentor and the specifics about how to set up my system and all that stuff, it bleeds into the content of my other content in my stream. And they're like, what the fuck? I don't care. Whoops. I used my F-bomb for the day. You know? So, yeah. So anyway, let's see. I recently took a step away from teaching. Oh, James, because executing was taking so much mental capacity, then teaching requires the ability. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And helping them get over their gaps. James, that is perfectly worded. That is exactly what's happening. That was a waste of an F-bomb. We'll pretend it didn't happen. Sorry, mouse. In case anybody knows, I'm trying to keep my stream rated G, so I only allow myself one F-bomb a day. one F-bomb a day. An F-bomb mulligan. I can have another. Oh, you're making me feel better. Teaching, it's also emotionally draining because there's a lack of appreciation from this. Yes. Thank God for the ban command. You guys said that last night, right? Ha ha, Santa Claus, blah, blah, blah. You know, I actually make a good living at Santa. I could if I wanted to. /ban. I actually wrote a command line ban tool. If anybody wants one, I've got a copy for you right here. But I want you to know I made a command line raid and a command line VIP tool before I made the ban tool. Because that's how I am. I want to be optimistic. He doesn't want to have a mature filter on. I actually turned it on. I turned off the mature filter. And the reason for that is because of, what was his name? Where did Carrots go? We had a guy, Johnny Carrots, I think. Johnny Carrots was here. Pop-up chat, I don't know. We had Johnny Carrots here, and he was like, is this a mature stream? I can't tell. And I think he said, do you take the name of God in vain? And I said, and he was actually really smart. He was really dedicated, and he was a self-oriented learner. He was an autodidact, as I've just learned. This is a new word I learned last week. And I was like, I want to support this guy. So I did it. I gave up my blessed F-bombs. I said, I'm going to do this. Gabe, you missed it. Oh, Gabe, I have so much to show you, dude. I cannot wait to show you. So what is an autodidact? We shall look it up together, boys and girls. Can you even say boys and girls anymore? I mean, that's very binary thinking, right? Does this mean Mr. Rogers was like wrong? Because that will really rock my world. I guess so, though. I guess so. I guess you can't say boys and girls. That's why I say people now. Non-binary. Okay. I mean, I'm trying to be, it's pretty binary, though. People isn't binary. Really auto dictation. So what is an autodidact? So somebody who's way more educated than me, apparently, showed me what you know what I hate? I hate that they have highlighted the words in here, but not in the preview. So we're going to just read the preview. Autodidactism, or self-education. Bob, did you know about this? I didn't even know about this. I'm thinking you probably did. What? My tile manager. My tile manager is TMUX, and I am running on Linux Mint. Okay, so autodidactism, or self-education, is education without the guidance of masters or institutions. And politically correct, but I hate who people disrespect others. It needs to be. Yeah, I agree with you, Rune, on that. Generally, an autodidact is an individual. Again, this is the word. I learned this word last week. I've been working as a sort of educator type person. This is how you know that I didn't go to school to become a teacher. I've been very, very. I have what I call a learning lab, and so I've adapted what I do based on what I've observed and read, but very self-taught. It's a great example. Let's see, Srinivasa. Who is that? James, sound like you know what you're talking about, man. Thank you for being on the stream. I love people who know what they're talking about. So I'm going to add it to my research. Eventually, I'm going to put my eventually thing here. Research. So I'm just taking notes here. Read, write, execute, people. Read, write, and execute. And writing means taking notes. That means when you hear amazing stuff from people in a stream like James, write it down so you can go do the research later. When will you show some C-specific magic? You know what? I am glad you asked that question. I don't know. In fact, the reason, Art, I'm glad that you asked that specific question was because this morning I was like ripped and torn about having the letter C in my profile, in my thing. Even though I'm going to be coding in C, I was like, if people see that C there, they're going to be requiring me to regularly do C. I would much rather you go watch Last Miles or anybody else who's doing C 24/7, right? I mean, these people are C masters. And so you've helped me make a decision. I'm going to remove that from my profile. I know how to code in C. I was paid to code C for IBM. I've done all kinds of things with it. I will be doing C for over the wire for forensics and all kinds of things. But I am not going to if I'm not going to be doing C regularly on the stream. And so for that reason, you know what else I'm not going to be doing regularly on the stream? I realized it was kind of a shock. I'm not going to be doing much web programming on the stream. I mean, I'll be doing knowledge stuff like Markdown and Pandoc, but I'm not going to be doing a lot of web development, and I have web listed there, and I hope somebody doesn't take the wrong idea there. All right, it's noon. I have an hour. I'm supposed to take a break, but I want to wrap up on this, and I got some really good people here. But I have a private session in 1 hour from now. So let's see. Mathematician from India with no formal training. Really? Wow. Met a guy from Cambridge who was amazed by him and brought him to England to work with him. There's a movie called The Man Who Knew Infinity. This is what an autodidact is. So the word of the day is autodidact. I want to help people become autodidacts. I have as my primary purpose of the stream, helping beginners start from ground zero. That is my primary purpose above everything else on this stream. And a big part of that is becoming an autodidact. Since badgers. badgers. Yeah. Okay, thanks for your input. I'm a programmer myself, but never tried to teach someone that isn't already a programmer. It's tricky. It depends on how old they are. I welcome you coming back. Give it a shot. I will say this. So again, I have no formal training in education, but I've been something of an educator my whole life. I mean, even when I was young, I was teaching in Sunday school and I was giving talks in church, and I was a dungeon master. Strangely, being a dungeon master in Dungeons and Dragons is very much like being a teacher, because you have to help them understand. You have to find interesting, creative ways. I actually would credit my activity in Dungeons and Dragons for most of the successes in my life, frankly, because it caused me to think about, I had to create things, and then I had to make interesting ways to present the thing. It caused me to write and read a lot. I did a lot of typing. I did a lot of graphing on my drafting board. I think the hardest thing about programming is getting started and accept failures. Yes, definitely. A lot of people don't. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't understand D&D, but that's what's so beautiful about it. It's like, well, how do we play this game? You just tell me what you want to do. TDD, yeah. Start with TDD. I agree. I mean, to a degree. I mean, don't go crazy on TDD. That's what's happening right now. All right. So mentoring things. So this is my conclusion on Discord, just so everybody knows. So if Bob is still here, I think he might have gone off to do something. I am going to try Discord by throwing more hardware at it, and I'm going to try to have multiple people during Mentors Guild, as well as some of the other things by invite. And hopefully we'll be able to be simultaneously on voice. You don't just have to listen to me the whole time. One of my greatest goals is to be able to have people like Bob have a voice on my stream, and I mean literally a voice, or Scream or Mel, any of these guys and gals. And I would, if I really have my dream, it would be that I could actually interview them. And I've always meant for this stream to be kind of a podcast that has a terminal and that has learning involved with it. So, because I like it to be able to be something you can listen to on the phone every day, or you can, particularly if you're a teacher or you're trying to get into tech and trying to keep up. But if I can actually interview people over Discord or Skype and not have that break, I really do want to get a podcast CLI. I really do. We might have to do a podcast CLI, yeah. I would, I'll make it too, right? So, don't give me my ideas. If there's one thing Gabe's learned in 7 years, don't give him ideas. Gabe, you know me too well, my friend. Says the guy who brings Bojangles to every session. This is Gabe. I'm going to have lunch at my session. He stops at... I love Bojangles. He stops at Bojangles before he comes here, and then we're like talking about tech, and he's like chomping down. I love it. That's what's so fun about having a non-formal kind of environment. Yeah. Mentor things. Yes. Scream. You heard me on the Discord thing, right? So I'm going to try that next week. Let's try to do the Discord. I'll shoot for Discord next week during Mentors Guild, and we can try that. Streaming is becoming a thing to the point of a lot of teachers are needing to do it right now. I know. You know what I want to do, Scream? I want to make a teacher's guide to streaming. A lot of them don't know what to do. And I don't know how to get this to them. I was just helping someone getting up and running. Yeah. I love that. Liz, welcome. We need to make like a guide list. In fact, I started writing one. YouTube is probably easiest because we can do it right now through the web browser. When talking about streaming, I think most people are going to go YouTube because most of the educators are like Google centric. And but it's the one that get up and running. I agree. So I have people from schools all over the region who come here, and over the last week I've asked every single one I've asked, they're using Google Classrooms. They're using Google Classrooms and YouTube. Yeah. Teachers need to fix the damn audio. Yeah, they do. They really do. And they don't know how to do that. Now, I know it's not nice, but do you know any MI or AI streamers out there? No, you can ask, dude. That is a very nice thing to ask. I have no problem. I have no scarcity mentality here. If I find one, I'll tell you about them. I just don't know anybody, Wanderer. I don't know any ML or AI streamers. I wish they would. Boy, I wish they would. That's a group of experts who don't have time to stream. If somebody would stream, people talk about using Restream, but that's a violation of Twitch policy for an affiliate. So I can't use Restream. You guys know about that, right? So mentors out there, you cannot Restream if you're an affiliate. If you're an affiliate, you have to wait 24 hours before you put any content on anything else. Oh, it does. So you can add like 24 hours of latency. Yeah. No, my point is if they accidentally become an affiliate, then they need to know about that. Using Restream and just saying, screw it, let's see what happens. Yeah. You mean in real time? Oh, real-time latency, yeah. My university use Zoom. Everybody else is using Zoom, yeah. So, yeah, status. How can we help teachers start streaming? Educators have to care enough to make the content first. Yep, that's true. God, Bob, that is so true. You know what's the problem? People are not. There's so many educators who just depend on a book here and this there, and I that's really sad because I've met them. I've told the story about a director actually of a college department who told me that he never once made a web page, and he was in charge of the entire department for making web pages, and it's like it's this whole thing is really shining a light on some of the big problems with our society. Yeah, you remember that story, Gabe? Blackboard, yeah, which everybody hates but uses. WebEx. Google is providing free upgrades to G Suite customers. People are ramping on Google Meet and such. Is there a Google Meet? I didn't know there was a Google Meet. We have people trying to use Google Hangouts and they're failing. And if there's Google Meet, that's better. I need to tell them about that. Lack of accountability in higher ed, that people cannot get away with lying and just waiting on retirement. Yeah, god damn, I know. That exists everywhere though. If you're an affiliate, you lose your higher percentage to get transcoding. You also lose your higher percent to get transcoding. Really? Interesting. Didn't know that. Yep, it's not for, okay. It's just Hangouts ripped into the enterprise. Is it really? Okay, answer the status quest. Quest competition, and make it personal. Yep. I'm all about Quest. I made a thing called Quest Assess, which is a game-driven thing. But so yeah, challenge-based. Give them a challenge. Do they even need to have a book? This is something I found, which is kind of, you can tell. So this whole CTF stuff has really changed. It's really, really brought the focus on learning for me, because when you play over the wire, the game is not how fast you can twitch your fingers. The game is how fast can you research. And so I tell the people that I'm helping to learn, if I tell you something to get you past this level, it's as if I beat the boss for you playing another game. Would you want me to kick you out of your chair and beat the boss? Obviously not. You want to do the game. That's part of the game. The game is doing your own research. And particularly games like Pico CTF, like, where it's even a game. It is a game. It's an 8-bit game, and they're running around doing the thing. And if you tell them the answer, it's like, well, that's not fun. It's like telling them how to solve the problem and missed. So if we can turn education into a series of challenges that are linked together with content that fills the gaps, I think we really could score there. I think that's the way to do it. And it's also a lot easier to teach that way, because it doesn't matter where they get the knowledge. So anyway, sorry if you don't like it. There's one way to get good, and the only way. Let's see. That's a good point. Yes, many are afraid to try. No, non-affiliates might get it if they're lucky. That's what was happening. I by the way, another specific tip. 720. So I'm broadcasting at 720. I am not willing to look like a robot at 48 frames per second, but so I'm still at 60 FPS. But drop into 720, I think, is good for the world right now, if you don't need it. So some people like, their luxurious 4K, but right now is not the time to be enjoying your 4K stream. Not when governments are asking Netflix to, turn down their streaming bandwidth because they have to preserve the internet. How to overcome the old CS thinking? That's a good question. Yeah. 4K streaming is a meme. Resolution does not equal bitrate. This is true too. No. The 720 turn down your bitrate. So actually, yeah, I guess you're right. So yeah, I'm totally mixing those two up now that I think about it, mouse. Because it's taking that weight off your computer. You set your bitrate. I should probably turn my bitrate down too, shouldn't I? If I were going to be a good person. Let's go hold the guardians of that mindset accountable. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You appreciate the 720? I live in a house of 50 people at 60 at MIPS bandwidth. Nice. I could go 10 people. Yeah, people have been telling me that I've had more than one person say that they like the 720, so I'm gonna keep that. It's only fast motion that is affected by higher bit rates. I move really fast. All right, other mentor things. Yeah, what other mentors things can we bring up? I kind of want to start a guide though, specifically for Twitch streaming. I thought we actually had one. Let me go check and see. I've been writing something in the RW. Where did I write it? I started writing something. I want to kind of start making it some sort of. I have streaming tips started. do we want to have a separate streaming tips from, I don't know, what do we want to do in the Mentors Guild? First of all, who do we want to help? Do we want to bring together people who are already streaming, or do we want to also help promote other mentors? It sounds like both. So I'm gonna go back to, you would think there were enough OBS tutorials out there, but there wasn't one for the NVIDIA thing. It was a silent YouTube video. It went 10 minutes long. It took me like 4 hours to find out how to stop the screen tearing on OBS. And I don't want to make an OBS resource if I don't have to, but that was really, really painful. I absolutely know that 90% of the educators I know would have just dropped it right there. I'm like, and of course they're not streaming from Lynx, so that would be fit for ReadMe World. Yeah, exactly. That's a ReadMe World thing. That's what I'm trying to make. You have a guide?
What's up, everybody? Robert Tyson here. I'm a technologist and an IT instructor at Mitchell Community College.
Hey, there's Bob.
To the Instructor's Guide to Cyberspace during the
Oh, you the man, Bob?
This is a video series I've put together.
This is
that can help you
awesome.
Get up and going from your office space and creating
Bob.
content and engaging your students. So, without further ado, let's begin. What are we thinking about here? Why are we doing this?
You're doing the same thing as me. You're like trying to keep your arms in the box.
Including myself.
Wait, I gotta pause it. See, he's trying to keep his arms in the box, Like, without much further ado, it's like, I want a little bit more green screen so I can do this. I can spread out and people, instead of having to, like, articulate, like, right here. Dude, if you're an educator, a lot of us use our hands to talk. As soon as somebody stuck headphones on me, I was, like, paralyzed. I was totally paralyzed. I was like, I can't be an instructor with headphones on. I can't, Exactly. Oh, Bob, this is great, man. This is great. Good job. Good job on this.
Are going completely online in their instruction and all that they're
doing.
And
I think you're doing it right, dude. You're putting them out. You know what, Bob? I'm gonna let you go YouTube, and I'm gonna stay Twitch, because I know YouTube is the best way to meet the most number of educators. But yeah.
So we have to learn and think about how we're going to engage our students. This is critical to do this the right way. We want to make sure they continue learning.
This is so great. I hope you get so many hits on this.
Even than when we had them in person.
Seriously, this is so great.
So the first thing we want to think about there when it comes to engaging them is why. The why behind this is you are the leader of a group of people that want to succeed. And they're looking at you to give them instruction and direction on how they can succeed in the specific discipline you're in.
I can't stop watching it. This is great.
History or English.
This
or
is
math,
fantastic,
any discipline
Bob.
that you're teaching. They're looking to you to succeed.
Oh, yeah,
beyond just your class, but in their future.
Oh, man, we got to get more people over here watching
to
it.
Excel. So let's think about what's the best way to do that. And I just
me
share
too.
what
Right
I've
now,
found
I'm gonna go
is
share it.
usually it's that
Share
in
it.
person. You're getting to know them, and you're by the everyday interaction, or
Here we
every
go.
other
Here we
day,
go.
or just a consistent.
Are you a teacher?
Interaction. So what I'm doing in lieu of all this is I'm going to be meeting online with my students and doing a web conference during the regularly scheduled time.
Use
so,
YouTube.
If it's 8 to 10, you want to do 8 to 10 online.
You really
also, in addition to that, you may want to consider doing video content, just like this video here.
My buddy
it can
Bob.
help them go back and see that what you've captured, and really that's what you're doing. You're capturing knowledge, and you're capturing your own knowledge. And as an added benefit to it, you can watch it over again yourself and look at how you can improve.
Yeah,
in the
flip
way you're
classroom,
delivering
dude.
Instruction,
Flip classroom.
But also in the way that maybe you
Click
got
and
some
subscribe,
quirks that people they don't work so well for others.
Ed
like
tech.
Sometimes I can stutter.
Hey, you guys know about ed tech and ed chat? Do you guys know about these things?
Distracting. So maybe this is some of the stuff that can help us get better as teachers as well. But above all else, it's going to help you reach your students better. So
ed tech, ed
the first thing you
chat,
really need to be able to do is
ISTE,
dedicate some space at home. Whether it's an office,
teachers,
or a kitchen, or somewhere that you can kind
education,
of separate from
tips,
the others in your household,
pro tips,
and focus solely on what
awesome.
you're trying to do, and that is to reach your students. So
Corona can
everything
bite
is
me.
built around that. And in my mind, my creation studio, which I'm getting ready to show y'all in this video, is built around the idea of how can I make this engaging as possible. Right, like you can see Darth Vader back there. What's up, Vader?
Like and subscribe.
You can see him back there. That's just my desktop background. I actually have a green screen back here.
Wait, Bob. Do you have a Twitter?
So, you need to think about the technology tools needed for this.
Yeah, here we go.
Of course, you need
I gotta give him a sub too.
A laptop or a desktop computer.
I want to see all Bob's stuff.
You have your webcam. You have a built-in mic, and that's really enough.
Instructions guide to teachers how to use the video.
USB mic. Just to help with the quality of your sound and so they can hear your crisp voice.
Preach it, Rob. Preach it, Bob.
Out there have some beautiful voices and beautiful.
Dude, he's totally putting us into great words. I'm so glad he's covering this.
It makes it more personal.
Because I don't have to.
In my experience. And as I've communicated all this to my students and learners,
Bob's much more.
By the way,
he's much more believable because he's actually in the academic system. Probably like Scream. Scream comes from the system.
It seems like it's going to work really well. And once it starts, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
And I'll keep you updated. But I'm feeling good about this. So,
so great. I'm going to turn it off. But my God, that's so great. Thanks for sending that, Bob. Thank you very much for sending that. That is so great. It's great knowing that. You know, the more people start doing it, it's funny because I feel more comfortable because I know that stuff's being covered instead of this sense of like, I feel like so terrified. Do you know what I mean? I sometimes kind of feel fear because I'm afraid not enough stuff's going to get covered. And so I feel like, you know, if I'm not covering C, no one's going to cover it. Or if I'm not covering Rust, no one's going to cover it. So every time I find a streamer who's covering, or like, who's going to help the teachers out there? Right? Who's going to help the teachers out there? Oh, I don't think I'm starting to move, but I think it was already there, but thanks. So, you know, fear of missing out. And so I'm like, but it's a different kind of fear of missing out, Liz. You know, it's like, it's not just, it's like, it's not the traditional fear of missing out. It's a different fear. It's a fear of missing an opportunity to help someone. And it's kind of the opposite of fear of missing out. It's a fear of missing an opportunity, fear of missing a chance to help someone. And so someone comes on my stream and they say, you know, you don't code ever. I'm like, oh crap, I need to code. And then somebody else comes in and says, you know, your stream sucks because this sounds bad or something. I'm like, oh God. I have another one, Rod, somebody came in, can you help me learn how to stream? I'm like, oh, I need to do a video about how to help people how to stream. And I get all this sense of like FOMA, fear of missing an opportunity, right? To helping them do something. And that stresses me out. I actually have nightmares about that. It's weird. My nightmares are weird, but I actually have nightmares of being, you know, around a lot of people that you cannot help. I mean, it's like a recurring thing with me. It's like, I want to help people. I like fundamentally driven to help people, but there's so many things you need to do. Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly right. And I've done it. Somebody came in here and said, you didn't code. And I did. I melted down. I mean, he hit me. It was like kicking me straight between the legs because I love to code. I want to code. I want to teach people to code. And you know, but if I know other people are doing it, so let me just give you a specific example related to mentoring. So now that I know Bob is helping teachers mentor, I don't need to do it. I can say, hey Bob, if you're a mentor and you really want the lowdown and you want to watch a YouTube video, go watch Bob right now. Not me. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, and I'll just be like, oh Bob, that is the perfect, that's going in my quotes. That is going in my quotes. from the network engineer. The network engineering educator says we can load balance, and it has nothing to do with networking. You know, that's definitely a quote. That is definitely a quote. So we can load balance. That is perfect. That is so perfect. It'll provide redundancy. I want to swear so bad. You're such an effing network engineer. Learning redundancy. Oh, Bob. It's streaming off. Stop streaming. I can't get it. I can't copy it. Wait, where is it? Let's see. God damn it. We can load balance. Okay. It'll also provide redundancy. Be my Nginx. Oh, these are jokes few people will laugh at, but we laugh at them, don't we? Stream. All right, so, and I don't know why I call everybody stream. Everybody else calls it chat. I call you guys stream for some reason, or people. Just so you know. I'm gonna put LTN Bob, which I have. Okay, we can load balance. It'll provide redundancy.
Not my best work.
Oh my God! Surprise from RWX wife. She enters and leaves. Dog, are you leaving me too? RWX wife, otherwise known as Doris. You are the stream, we are the chat. Yeah, I know it's okay. That's the strict, but I don't like saying chat. I'm going to say people. I've never liked the word chat. I'm not putting people down to use that word, but you're people. You're people. You're not chat. You're people. What do you think, chat? No, you're people. That's my goal. Oh my God, people! Can I just say, I have the best holopaw. Yep, that's time for me to eat. Apparently, chat is not human, right? See, Gabe. See, Scream. We're on the same thing. I might go into our mentors' tips. Call your people people. You're not talking to the chat box, even though I am. Oh boy. Oh, I actually have to start my mentoring round. Another thing too I want to help, it's worth mentioning people that there are a lot of opportunities out there. If I can help anybody else who wants to sort of become a mentor for money, you know, it's not unreasonable to make, particularly now, to make money through streaming. You know, the going rate for a math tutor, for example, is $50 an hour here. You know, and there's more of a demand for online mentoring than there ever has been before. So if we can help more people become mentors who actually know stuff, some of whom might have been displaced by this whole thing that's going down. Maybe they've lost their jobs. What if, you know, that last hurrah of money that they have, they invest in a streaming setup and they start charging $50 an hour. Math mentor, $50 an hour, I'm in. See, M theory, it's what I'm trying to say. So, I can tell you objectively, over the last 3 days since I went completely, thank God my life situation made me go to one-on-one instead of classroom. 1 year ago, since 2 years ago, July 4th, I was forced to change my business and to do a business where I teach one-on-one in my front room at the time, which I'd converted into a lab. And it doesn't look like a front room. My wife's actually really happy she's getting her front room back. She's giving up this like library upstairs and getting the full front room back. And you know, I was forced to go to one-on-one. I kind of feel like the universe has been helping me along here because then I got into, you know, then I had a few people ask me questions and I couldn't answer them during the week. So I started doing Discord. I said, well, I probably should get and I bought the green screen a long time ago. It's like I probably should do videos for them so I should probably be able to answer their questions online. So I started streaming. Then Corona hit, and now everybody's remote. I actually had a kid come here who had a really low, deep chest cough, and we didn't know if it was Corona or not, and his parents were, you know, I don't know if they were aware of it, and it wasn't my place to bring it up. So RWX's wife is brilliant. Probably why she's been feeding you. Oh, she actually said those very words, Scream. She goes, if it means that I can have this entire front room and the studio, she's down there doing her crochet, by the way. So she's doing her crochet because she's got these like 50, 60 pieces she has to finish. That's part of this thing anyway. So, yeah. So if, my point is that I think mentoring could help alleviate the financial stress on people who may not even realize it. And I don't know how to reach them. First of all, we need to relieve the stress on those who are paid to educate people. So I'm so glad that Bob is doing that. And Bob, I wish we could just blast you all over the place. Because if you can help people go through the basic steps to get to do what you're doing, I mean, that will totally help those people who are doing mentoring. And, you know, those educators who are being forced to change how they do things. But then there's a secondary group of there's actually kind of three groups of mentors, it feels like. I'm going to blog this. I'm kind of like categorizing. Let me see a saying here. Status. What types of mentors? Let's see. Mentors are actually out there. I first came about skill set, could not stop thinking about how it just blows the lid off of what we know as formal education, pacing, method, credential. But you know what's funny, Bob, is how much this crisis is causing all of us to reach out for those very same organic methods that I fell upon during my learning lab days. Think about it. We're starting to do more one-on-one. We're starting to have more office hours. We're starting to depend on the students to do their learning more. So this situation has actually forced more people to do it the same way I've discovered several years ago. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, I've streamed snow days for 1K students and had maybe 10. Are you kidding me? Maybe 10 show up early. They learn other things, but a lot won't seek us out. Oh, stream. See, you two have direct experience with that. I live in utopia. Like, I don't accept people unless they have a hunger for learning. And if they'd stop having a hunger for learning, I'm like, you're wasting your money. Why don't you give that spot to somebody else? So I need somebody like you to bring me back to my feet back on the ground. Because when I was teaching at the community college and I had half my people failing, I like basically cried to the guy. Scream is in public education. He was actually, Bob. Let me help summarize there. He's a physics math guy from university for a very long time. Yeah. You should see his Bob. You should check his screen out. If you go back and look at his VODs, he actually does math. He like completes the square and stuff. It's pretty cool. He has this whole chalkboard up and everything. Quit in August because which is why I'm so glad I found Scream, because he's going through everything that I experienced just for that 1 or 2 years that I was there, and not everybody can go through that. I don't know what Liz's situation is. She was chiming in here a bit before. Oh wow, yeah, rant for another time. No, this is why Scream comes with so much experience, and there are a lot of other educators out there who are just done. And UK University, okay, nice. See, I think there's a lot of other educators out there that are just, oh wow, just the volume of students, Liz, that just blows my mind. That blows my mind how you can deal with that many students. When I had 100, you're doing it through Discord and Zoom, okay. When we had 200 students, well, no, actually no, it was 120 to be fair. It felt like 200. I'm done teaching people who don't care. Scream, hey, hack the planet. See, Scream, that is exactly what I realized. That I've taught formally, hired to teach at schools, at a private school and at a community college, and I taught missionaries and I taught languages on the college before. And before that, I was kind of okay with it because it was interactive language labs, which I really like. I like language labs. I like conversational language labs, by the way. Those are so much fun because you basically have to be an entertainer. You have to say, okay, now we're going to say this, and you have to make them feel like it's okay to be silly. Because in a conversational language lab, you have to get them to say silly things. Yeah. Yeah. And it was like, oh, yeah. Yeah. They go to a certain coast and they don't care. Yeah. I liked an opinion about Nimitz theories one day. Sounds pretty cool, but my knowledge is limited. Yeah, these guys, we just like broached the topic of physics and quantum entanglement yesterday, and my stream exploded. That's the kind of people we have. I mean, I was doing some silly hackery game on Pico CTF, and I broached the topic of photonic like properties and quantum entanglement, and the stream just went I couldn't even read it. It was like everybody was just so interested in it. So if somebody were to stream something about quantum and photon entanglement, yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, my jiu-jitsu academy wants me to do an online classroom now. Jiu-jitsu? They asked me to build out something custom, but told me to look into SAS, like Thinkific. I tried that for a while too. Yeah. Shit, I can do quantum on stream. Dude, do it! Scream! I'm telling you, Scream. You don't even need to be like the world's expert on it. If you talk about what quantum is going to do in common terms, and the properties of like, if you like show about the lasers in China and all that stuff, I know, but I want to understand the calculus. It's both easy and complicated at the same time. We need to do more quantum on Twitch. There's not nearly enough. All of these science and tech geeks and all of these gamers are really into the quantum thing. So like if you had a regular spot on quantum theory or quantum theory for lay people, I would tune in every single time. Hey Trumpsis, I don't have a bot, but you can go ahead and look at the schedule down here. You just put yourself out there. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just somebody. You just need some place to talk about it, and then you'll like attract all of these other awesome people, and they will go there and they will all talk about it. And make sure if you do that, make sure you turn VODs on because I want to go back and watch it during my free time. This is another thing as a mentor, and we're still on the mentor topic. Being a mentor on Twitch or on YouTube means you're not going to have time for a lot of things. We talked about making time to do stuff and to stream, and it's hard enough to do that. It's even harder to go watch other streamers because people you really love and care about and watch stream, you don't have time to see them. But so we have to choose. It's like, but I can watch you when I'm eating my, popcorn at night when I'm ready to go to bed. How do I balance family life? Well, first of all, I work from home, so I have all that extra time. A couple of things that I've found. Balance life, what? Tips for mentoring online. I will say this. No more, I'm violating my own rule here. No more than 2 hours per stream. Without 1 hour break. And I will tell you, this one thing made me able to cope. Yeah, we're all work from home now. It's totally true, Liz. It's completely true. Momentum, angular momentum, energy. See, Scream, I know enough about that to sound like I know what I'm talking about to someone who doesn't know. But I really, really, really want to get into that stuff. I love that stuff. I was big into calculus too. So, anyway. Yeah, 4 hours at a time is backbreaking. Literally. Cannot go that long. I cannot. You might be a superhero, but I can't do it. Another thing I'll say, if you do 2 hour breaks and you do 2 hour segments and you schedule them, your stream, yeah, I know. So your stream, plus you're tense. You're more tense because you're streaming. It's not like you're walking around. God help you if you have to wear headphones. That's why I got rid of mine, because I would just lose it. I was so physically taxed. I was so exhausted. By the time my private sessions came around, I had to take like a 30-minute nap before I could even do it. So I don't know how people like Colbert do it. I mean, yeah. They wear headphones because it's hard to do sound properly. That's actually a question for Bob. Bob, you should cover that. I'm gonna give Bob some topic material. Audio isolation. Yeah. Yeah. You need to have now. Mouse, thank God, he's probably, I don't know if he's still there. Mouse, by the way, is your go-to sound engineer. I mean, he really helped me go through this. He's done many. It sounds like he's done a lot of this professionally. But I have monitors here. I have 2 monitor speakers, and by the way, the more accurate the monitor, the better, because then it doesn't sound like echo. The monitor speakers are arm's length away from me, and I have a condenser mic that has somewhat isolation, but I can blow your ears out by just tweaking my volume and having it get feedback. But I've reached the actual, he calls it compromise. That's Mouse's word. The compromise. I cannot hear exactly what you're hearing, but I can hear enough to know that my sound volumes are higher and my sound volumes are lower. And if you don't have headphones, you can't know that. And I've watched streamers before who don't know how much balance is going on. And so this is a very, very technical topic, but frankly, it needs to be boiled down, Bob, into the minimums, so that, you know, people who want to stream or educators can get their head around this quickly and say, look, you need a condenser mic. The cheapest, easiest way to get into a condenser mic is something like, you know, the what are they? The blue. Those are condenser mics, and you want a condenser mic because you want one that eliminates the highs and the lows and all of that. And super into the weeds with audio. Yeah, I'm gonna not do that right now. But my point is, it needs to be, you know, taken out of the weeds. Blue Yeti, yeah. It needs to be taken out of the weeds. So I mean, if Bob, you have a blue, a lot of people have blue. This is my road, because I used to do sound engineering. I used to do open mics, and I might even get my guitar out someday, which will be even more distracting. There's no time in the schedule for guitar. If I do that, it's going to be during one of my 2-hour breaks where there's nothing on the schedule. I'll be just like screwing around with my guitar, practicing on stream. People check in, like, what's this about? Like, it's not on the calendar. I can do what I want. So it's funny when you have to justify what you. Mouse tells me your stream all the time. Anyway, so I happen to have this is a little bit more money for this mic, but it's a studio mic. So it's the kind that you would see for recording vocals and stuff. I have a Shure 55 too. Anyway, we can talk all day about that. So more tips for online streamers. I take a 1-hour break. So I have a 2-to-1 policy for my body now. I take an hour break for every 2 hours online. And then that way I'm like walking outside, I'm doing whatever. And then I always have a 2-hour, just 2 or 3 hour break a day to go do something outside, like physically. My health has gone way down. Which one? Which mic you mean? Which Shure? Oh man, this is so good. An XLR mic? Yeah. This is I mean, that's something we need to do as part of our mentoring guide, right guys? We need to provide sort of an overview of maybe 1 or 2 packages you can put together to do mentoring like this. There's lots and lots of guides out there, but so far none of the guides are for educators. This is where I think Bob has a real opportunity here to help us, because if you want to set up for podcasting, which is essentially what I have, that's different than a setup for than Twitch streaming. And the other thing too is the hardware involved, right? So thank God I got this Behringer to work, but I really had to mess with it. So yes, this is an XLR mic, but if you get an XLR mic, you have to buy a soundboard, and you can't get away with a Scarlett. A lot of people do, like the little tiny thing. You can't really get away with that. You might for teaching, but the fact is you're going to want to have other things come in there. Yeah. And that's where I think, you know, somebody who creates a stream about the minimums would be really great. And then if you have one, say, look, if you want to do education, but you also want to do podcasting, very shitty code, very quick and final list to list all my viewers. Oh, wow. And print it is very basic bag, but it works at least. How do you do that? $150 camera. Yeah, I suggest getting the Brio And I watched a guy's video on that, and I really agree with that. Yeah, I agree with the brio. So, wow, let's go see that. I want to see that. I'm gonna go grab this. What kind of code is this? Python? Temp sum the P1. Ooh. Very nice. Wow. Are you using the IRC? Thank you for this. Take care, Bob. Are you taking off? I am not leading the Twitch team. Bob, stop. There's so many other people doing that. I appreciate you saying that. But Rob, I really appreciate the compliment, Bob. But there are so many people that have been doing this besides me. Maybe, yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm trying to put that together. But the whole live coder movement, same goals. So. Wow, this is some nice code here, man. Is it really that easy? Holy cow, I gotta make this with a... Are you kidding? Is this all it takes? I gotta put this behind curl. Thank you for showing me this, Em. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Yeah, this is just a curl request. Yeah. This is definitely what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make I'm gonna make a Twitch command that's just a shell script, and it's gonna be tied to WeChat. So instead of having raid and VIP and all that, that's coming. I'll do that. Yep. In fact, I might work on that tonight. So that's a distraction, but yeah. I actually probably need to call it, guys. Here, I do have a mentored session in 15 minutes, a private. Be a bit two-faced when it comes to their intentions. Yeah, and I've heard somebody else say that. I don't know what that means. I'm very naive. I haven't been here long enough. Put it in the to-do. It's actually, you know what? Thank you for that. This is actually urgent. So, say, Twitch shell script with raid, VIP, etc. I'm actually going to pull in that code too. Give me a second here. I'm pulling this in. What did I call it? Yeah. There. Thank you again for that. Yep. All right. Magic wands. Yes, the magic wands. I'm glad you guys know about them. You have any idea how much peace it gives me knowing somebody else has the magic wand knowledge, can pass it on? Because I feel like somebody showed me, and then I didn't know anybody else who did it. So. There are a lot of profit-minded people. That's true. But if it's your only means of income... Oh, Scream, you don't know about magic wands? Do I have time? Oh, dang, he moved. Hold still. I have to make you hold still for a second. Magic wands are my name for the exclamation commands. I mean, I think you know them. I still am going to take a picture of this because this is going to go in my... There. magic wands. Save. It kind of is magic. I'm pretty sure I coined that term because I wanted people to remember it. I actually made a thing about it. It's not rendered yet because my stupid engine is still broken because I haven't had time to code. Alright, so here's the magic wands. If you want to follow along, by the way, this is where it is. It's really rough, guys. I haven't finished it yet, but there's the URL to my markdown. Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I typed it wrong. What did I spell wrong? Am I not save this? That would be horrible of me. Oh my God, it was unsaved. That's kind of scary. Alright, that link should work now. I mean, it's going to take a while. It has to get deployed. Your podcast made me realize I need a new 12-core CPU, 6-core gaming and a new video card. I feel like I'm contributing to the economy by making you buy more stuff. I do notes for the stream. Yes, I do. They're not really organized right now. Most of the notes I do in 2 places. Yeah, oh, I got people. Yeah? Okay, I gotta go. I have a student here who doesn't get the word. Alright, false alarm. It was a student picking up a computer. So I've been liquidating all of my lab computers, and I've been giving everybody an opportunity to buy them. Have a good one, guys. Skillstack.io is where I'm going to go put more stuff, but I am so far behind in my documentation because I can't get time to code my app. So... Skillstack.io. Yep. Well, you know, there's so much on there that's like old. I am this close to taking everything on Skillstack.io down because it's so old. So many of my opinions in my rants are old opinions. Just so you know, everybody should know this about me. When I rant in my blog, I just don't even care. And so I swear and everything, and then I change my mind in a week and I rant about the thing I changed my mind about. So I really believe in blogging and logging where you are at the moment so you can show the process. The danger of doing that is that anybody could take anything I've ever... Flip Flop Rob, there's Gabe, that's my nickname. So So I change my opinions on a dime all the time when I get new information. Right. Everything I have is public. The problem is it's not really baked. So my goal is to make every single thing I do on stream public, and all my notes public. The to-dos are actually public as well. So let me go find that. And this is what I'm going to be coding tonight, by the way. So it says 7 p.m. live coding in Bash. That's the next time I'll be online officially. Yes, the stream notes will be public, and every single, I am not going to be putting it in Discord. Some people use Discord for that. I would rather something be more permanent, and so I've been taking the notes. Hey, take care, Scream. Thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you every time. Can't find a tree directory. No, there is no tree directory on the site. It's hidden. Right now it's kind of hidden. It's almost like a treasure hunt because it's got a lot of out there. Please don't, if you go there, don't get mad when you find a to-do list, because I was of a different opinion. Back then, my opinion was it was more important for me to capture a thought and leave a web page undone than to not. And I actually wrote a lot of that material during sessions. I would write what we were doing as we went through it. And I've since changed my opinion on that. So when you go through the site, if you do, you're going to see a ton. I already have a dictionary scan. I wrote the code for that. That is README World. The README World, or the README World Press that I'm working, my application actually does dictionary scans on all of my pages and creates a searchable JSON file. That code has been finished. I just have to polish that code and get it so that it can even search from your phone. So if you're on your phone and you download my site, it'll download the thing and it'll search for the files, and you can just only request the ones you want without going to Google at all. So this is a project. It's probably my most important project, because so much knowledge is being developed by everyone, and we are not capturing it in a way that can be reproduced. And these questions on the stream that just came up are a perfect example of that. So if this project, it's not really a static site generator, but this README World Exchange, which is also RWX, by the way, is my primary part of number one, helping beginners. So it is the most important project that I spend time on. And it's also the reason that I've been hemming and hawing over the schedule, because I also want to do security stuff, and these two things steal from each other in time-wise. So Bob, if you're still there, please do more HDB, because I cannot do as much HDB as I want to. Okay. And there are a lot of people who need more HDB people. They want to go into security. Security is the fastest growing tech profession right now. We are in dire need of people with operations, networking, and cybersecurity skills, even more than software development skills. Even better if you can do software development and all of that. And so to me, I feel bad because there's not enough HTTP streamers out there. We need to get more of them out there. And so that's why I bought that new computer, because I can't even do HTTP because I can't stream. Bob, you had an i7, right? So my guy's going to come here in 5 minutes. But if you had an i7, that explains why you were able to stream. And did you use a virtual machine for your HTTP? Can I just ask? Did you use it? Did you use the virtual machine to OpenVPN? Oh, you have a server. How did you do that? Were you able to see it visually? Did you use VNC or something? ESXi on a Dell PowerEdge. Well, of course you did. Well, then you're definitely the HTTP guy. Me, I tried to use, and I have VMware, right? I'm wondering if VMware might be part of the problem. I was using VirtualBox. I have a feeling VirtualBox might not be as efficient as VMware. Do you have anything to suggest that? Yeah. In a management interface, it was a remote connector tool that works just like VNC. Yeah. So you just trounced my setup. Please watch Bob do HTTP. He knows far more about how to set that up. Well, I'm okay. So, but how are so? And then you. Okay. Well, I wish I had known that. I probably wouldn't have had to buy a computer. I need the computer for Discord, so I need it for other reasons. But really, see, what I'm hearing you say, let's see. Anybody know how to get a private VirtualBox patch build that implements physical memory? Do not know that. Have fun. See you, M. Yes. Get on with it. See you guys. VirtualBox on a remote system into run that system semi streaming on. That's exactly what I was doing, but I didn't know how to show the graphics on my thing, and I guess I could have X'd out to do that. What were you using for the? You were using VMware. Bob, we'll have to talk. Let you read if I don't know about that one. That's cool though. I didn't realize I had a thing like that. Bob, please write up your setup for the HTB. Please. Can you write up your setup for how you're doing HTB? Because your setup for HTB might be something that other people can do if they have two computers. And the way that I'm going about it is pretending like I'm an 18-year-old and I want to use HTB. How can I do this on my gaming rig? And so the rig I have now is not a gaming rig. So we're going to find out if it can do HTTP with OpenVPN and OBS at the same time. I think you can. So I think it's good to have the two setups. You know what I mean? So we have a professional setup from a network engineer about how to do a hack the box, which would be yours, and then mine can be kind of an example of somebody who's a big gamer who also streams now also wants to do hack the box. What's the minimum? And so we can maybe write up two setups. Potentially for doing hack the box, both of which would work to pass the OSCP, because both of those, either of those will work, because the OSCP just uses the VPN also. You hear me out there? I gotta go. I'm gonna get called on my Discord. Thank you, everybody. It's been a lot of fun this morning.